All right, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? We back. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where's my man, BJ?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm in the building. What's going on with you?
Hey, man. Look, we back for round eight. Eight.
Yes, sir. Hey, can you before we get started though? Can you hear me
All right. I think the big question is, can the chat hear you? Because we gotta know. We
in
gotta
the
know. So
chat? Hear me? Okay.
'cause I can hear you perfect. So
Y'all know how it is.
let me know. Let me know if
You know
y'all
how
can
it
hear.
is over here.
Yeah. Let us know. Let us know. We
Ooh,
got
we
some.
got a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah, we got some folks. Easy E in the building. Coach in the building. Coach in the
Coaching the oh,
Chicago. Axel.
uh-oh.
James. All right. Yeah. Oh man, hey, Coach said he got something to say a little later. Hey, I mean, hey, it's all good.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. That's
I
gonna
was
be good.
I was out of town this past weekend watching the fights, but I was still catching his lives at night, while I was dozing off. But man,
Bro, I was watching Coach live too, man, and he
you
brought
were
back the intro.
he brought back the intro, yeah. Look, before we jump into, I gotta tell people. Look, the other day, Robot was like, "Oh yeah, I respect Coach now. I'm cool with it, and I ain't putting him on the spot, but I'm just saying you got to be cool with the coach because he's like the founder of
Yeah,
this WMMA talking.
right.
Like,
Yeah, he's a
talking,
pioneer.
yeah. So I was like, "Hey, you
He
got to
might he
be,
might be he might be the pioneer
yeah."
for women's mixed martial arts channels on YouTube. Yeah, yeah.
Because I remember when I was trying to find somebody that was talking about, the ladies that I started watching, and I
Me
was like,
too.
there was nobody
Me
around. Then
too.
all of a sudden, when I saw him, I was like, and I just heard him. I used to be laughing because he'd be talking about Cyborg, and at the time, I really
Yes.
wasn't like a Cyborg fan. I was more Amanda, so I'd be getting up in there back then, and
Yeah. Yeah.
then he started dropping links and
God,
stuff.
that seemed like a lifetime ago, dude.
Man, it do, man. That was crazy. That was like the good old days right there. But man, BJ, it's been past couple weekends been kind of crazy, man. Like I do want to jump in and talk about this Pena thing, but
Ooh.
did me and you ever did we ever no, we didn't talk about this right here yet together, did we? Did we ever talk about this together?
I think I, no, we haven't had a chance to. No, we haven't had a chance to talk about this.
Yeah, yeah. We got to go back to this, man. Like just because you know how I feel about this, man. I was on live ready to call that fight that night, man. I was about to cry, man. I was about to cry, man. I was like, what's going on? Hey,
Yeah, it was, probably the biggest letdown that you could probably get, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we were primed and ready. We had talked about this fight, man. This fight resonated so much with
yeah,
the lay of the division. You know what I'm saying? Like this was a pivotal fight in the division,
yeah,
and then I hope to never experience that moment again. Like I hope to never be ready for a women's a WMMA main event, and then you put the camera on the curtain and nobody comes out. Like I hope to never experience that again.
yeah. That was bad, man. Because I um I remember that night that my reaction, like I was looking at Laura Sanko's face, and she just kind of had this like I don't know,
Hmm.
this like
Yep.
look of disappointment, and then all of a sudden, like he was like, look, the one dude was looking at her, and what's his name? Is that Michael Chaser? Was that Michael Chaser? No, he was backstage. That's
Now he
right.
was backstage. It was her, Daniel Cormier, and John Anik.
Yeah, it was him,
Yeah,
and he like looked over at her and was saying something. Then I was like, "Oh man, this don't look good." And she just had that. She didn't have that look of excitement anymore. You know,
you could tell that Laura Sanko had bad news.
she had bad news. Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
that's why I was like, "Man, yeah, I don't want to ever experience that again, man." But like, what do you think, man? Like for Aaron, though, like, what does she do from here, like to get her moment again?
I think that Aaron needs to. I mean, well, that kind of puts Aaron in a weird position. Like Aaron probably gonna either have to like take a fight, like take a the most clear answer is to take a rematch with Manon. I know she doesn't want to do that. What I'm not saying she doesn't want to do that, but that's probably not the most favorable option. But either rematch Manon or she's gonna have to wait for the winner of one of these fights, or either take a fight with like Jazzy or somebody, or wait for that Cortez at Arujo winner, excuse me, or something like that. But or Grasso. I don't think she really wants to fight Grasso, but I mean, she can fight Grasso. I don't think, with Grasso coming off of two losses in a row, I don't know if Grasso is like, if that win is going to do a lot for her. It could, you know what I'm saying? But, of course, I'm thinking of like what people are going to say after the fight. People are going to say
Yeah,
afterwards, oh, Grasso was coming off two losses. Blanchfield shouldn't be fighting for a title. That's what we're going to hear. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So, I don't know if that's what she. I would say no to Grasso. I would say more either like rematch Manon or fight Jazzy. Y'all high on Jazzy right now. Everybody's high on Jazzy. Fight Jazzy or wait for the winner of one of these fights or something. Um, you know. So I'm not sure where she goes from here, to be honest, because I mean this was her path. A fight with
yeah.
Macy Barber, that was her path.
Right. To me, yeah, either one of those could make sense now. Like even a Manon rematch, because then it could just like make a little bit more sense now that Manon got her shot and
Hmm.
lost. It's like they both could like use, they could benefit off each other because I think Silva's in good standing now to get her shot next. If they don't do the Wei Lee
Yeah,
thing. So to me, I'm like I'm fine with that. And then yeah,
yeah,
Aaron Manon. But then even like you said, the Jasmine fight, like it might be okay. Jasmine's ranked lower, but Jasmine's on a 5-fight tear right now too. So and Jasmine's kind of
right.
dangerous. So to me, like
Yeah,
aside from her being ranked low, Aaron could still like she could do better by taking that fight than not a fight at all.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, stay active with it. I think the way the cards are moving, I think Jazzy need to be ready. You know what I'm saying? She need to be
Yeah,
ready to fight somebody like Aaron. You know what I'm saying? Because Jazzy looking to get right back up in the mix. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
realistically, Jasmine's next fight is either Aaron or Manon anyway. You know what I'm saying? In
yeah.
my opinion, that's her next fight. So and I don't think Jazzy will shy away from either one of them. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, that's her next fight.
hmm You
Yeah.
know, if they do that French card in September,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of
Mm-hmm.
thinking they might do Manon Jasmine.
Manon Jasmine. Yeah. Like
I'm
shit.
kind of
That's a
thinking
fight.
that
That's a fight.
that's big girl versus big girl right there, but
Yeah. Absolutely. Dog versus. I don't. Manon showed a little bit of dog. I couldn't say. I can't say dog versus dog, but Manon did show a little dog in that fight with Valentina, though. You know what I'm saying? She did start pressing the action in some of those rounds. You know what I'm saying, with the takedowns. So she was trying to work that takedown game. She ain't got the skill like that, but on the feet when she started after she got busted up in round one and she started. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Getting Valentina's timing a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Like she started digging deep. I saw Manon
Yeah,
dig deep.
I thought
I
so
did
because
see her
like
dig deep.
yeah, like I think it was just one of them things like you just have to when your body gets acclimated to the situation, like if you're not used to getting
Yes,
cut, your body's got to sit down and say, all right, we got to reprogram right now because we ain't looking like we
right.
used to right now. We got our nose busted, like we got to fight through it. So I think it was just one of them things like,
Yeah,
okay, let's get up, let's let's do it, you know. So
Let's
I give
regroup.
yeah, I give her credit, man, because anybody else that
Yeah,
could have been somebody just said, "Oh, I'm done." You know, I'm gonna sit this one
she could
out, TKO.
she
You
could
know
have
what I
laid
mean?
down like Lauren. She could have laid
Uh-oh.
down like Lauren Murphy. I
Hey,
mean,
I
I'm
wasn't
just
trying
being
to.
real.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. You know, I ain't gonna hold back on this. I'm just saying, like, because a lot of them girls in the past they would do that, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, I just think that that would be best for like Aaron, you know, get back in there as soon as possible. Don't matter the ranking, you know. I think she just needs somebody. I personally like I don't know, man. Like Grasso just don't do it for me for her. I think Grasso needs like to get some real Thunder back right now. Like to me, she's got to
yeah.
do something to really get Thunder back. Whether that is
Maybe
Aaron,
like maybe like a for Grasso, maybe like the winner of the Adarujo Cortez fight or the winner of the Rose Maverick fight, something like
yeah,
that for Grasso, because Grasso got to get back in the swing of things, dog.
yeah. Because my thing is,
Like
if
for real.
Rose, yeah, because if Rose beats Miranda, that'll kind of tell the matchmakers that oh, Rose can basically say y'all shouldn't have put
Hmm.
me in there, Miranda, because I'm better than that. You know what I mean? Like she's got to
Right,
prove that.
right.
And then if she wants something high again, she got to go for Alexa, and that's a good matchup to me. That's a good matchup.
Yeah, it'll look good. You talking about from Miranda's point of view?
Oh, no, Rose. Like if Rose beats
Oh, for
Miranda,
Rose. Okay. Well,
her.
if Rose beats Miranda and then turn around and beats Grasso, that's a good come up for Rose. But still, I don't think that would be enough for Rose because Rose then got beat by Manon and Aaron. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
definitely.
I still don't think that's enough for Rose. I think
Oh
Rose would
no,
have
no,
to
no,
do a
no.
little bit more.
I really personally, man, like everything I see with Rose, it's just kind of like a fight. I want to see her get like a couple good ones in and then call it a day. Really, you know.
Yeah,
Me
yeah,
personally, like I could see her rubber match Jessica, and that would be good, or just fight Grasso and maybe a couple more fights and be done. You know, because I
yeah.
just don't know if she reaches that level to where Valentina is again, man. Just seeing Valentina do what she did last month, it's like, does Rose still have that in her? That's like the big question I keep asking myself. You know, I don't know. Hmm.
Can Rose still go to that dark place?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that in a while. You know.
But dude, combo, I gotta throw something back to conversations that we had a long time ago, my friend. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? With a champion like Valentina, with a champion like Valentina, you have to be prepared to deal with that dark place. And I think that dark place could have probably got to Alexa Grasso. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
Grasso, standing across from Valentina put Grasso in a space mentally that she ain't
Mm-hmm.
never been in before. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like she ain't never been under that type of pressure before. You know what I'm saying? This is probably not probably, but absolutely, Valentina was the most skilled and most dangerous opponent that she has ever had to deal with. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And I think that if it was a one-off fight with Grasso, you know what I'm saying? Like if Grasso beat Valentina and then they put the next contender in front of Grasso, Grasso might still be champion. Like she
Mm-hmm.
might still be champion. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
them making her rematch Valentina, which of course I'm not saying she shouldn't have. Valentina shouldn't have got the rematch. I'm just saying this is just how it played out. You know what I'm saying? That with Valentina being a dominant champion and getting that rematch, and that rematch going the way that it went, you know what I'm saying? Like, Grasso was just like, man, I gotta put myself here again. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
if these girls ain't prepared for that, and which I do think that fighters like Aaron Blanchfield and Manon, and I'm not sure about Natalia, but there's a few, Jazzy maybe, there's a few fighters that I feel like when they have to go to that dark place and when they do have to stare Valentina down, you know what I'm saying? I think some of them it won't get to them like that, you know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
they've showed grittier performances and grittier things and faced more adversity than people like Grasso did. I'm not even gonna say, I'm not even to be
Mm-hmm.
honest with it. Grasso didn't have to go to them dark places like that people like Aaron have had to go to, and people like Jazzy, and even
Yeah.
people like Macy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they had to go to them places, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like Aaron in that fight with Tyler, Aaron. You know what I'm saying? And people not gonna believe it. As easy as Aaron made that fight look, she got clipped up by Andrade a couple times. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, what I'm saying? A couple of them shots made Aaron think a little bit, a little second. You know what I'm saying? But Aaron done been in them dogs. She was in that war with Manon. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
these girls got to be prepared mentally to get up there with Valentina. Valentina is a motherfucker.
You know,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you brought that up because yeah, we talked about that before because like
Yes,
I've always seen it like this. Like Grasso, I would always kind of put her on the spot because I like her skills, but I've never seen her in that dark place. But like
right.
Valentina has this like disconnect. She has this disconnect
Yes.
from like her opponent and this disconnect from like being personal or too friendly. You know what I
hmm
mean? Like
Right.
in I think fighters like Manon and Aaron, they all have that. They just don't have like the same skill set as Valentine, but they all have that disconnect where it's like,
Yes.
I'm coming to beat you up. I'm coming to win no matter what. But
Yeah.
Grasso, like, I don't know, man. Like, I've seen it even when she was at strawweight. Like, the first time I've seen her fully get that disconnect was, I say, when she fought JoJo. When she got that stoppage
Yes.
because she finally went after it. And that
Yes.
was crazy. Like she submits JoJo and Valentina the same way. You know what I mean? Like she gets
But
both of them.
maybe Grasso blew a load though.
That could have been it. Like it could have
You
been. It
know.
could have been for that one fight where she thought that was where I rise to that occasion and do it. But
hmm
no, you got to carry that in every fight now. That's
And
like,
every fighter can't do that though.
and that's
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what separates them.
every fighter can't consistently do that.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Some are just animals like that. You know,
Yes, like Joanna Young Jacek, she did that shit every fight. Like she
Amanda.
went to that place, she
Yeah.
disconnected every fight.
Amanda
You,
Nunes. Those
yeah,
great names.
Amanda, yes, dude, Amanda disconnects, Cyborg
Mm-hmm.
disconnects.
They
You
all
know
of
what
them.
I'm saying? So Zhang Wei Li disconnects. You know what I'm saying? It's like they unplug who they are as a person. They become who they are, the fighter. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like and that's just something that and those people, even Habib, I think Habib was just a fighter, to be honest, man. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Oh yeah.
that was his only persona. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But people they go to that place, man. Everybody can, and Grasso, she showed that she can go there. You know what I'm saying? But she can't
Mhm.
stay there, dude. She can't stay
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. Like when you see these fighters, they live that lifestyle. Like there is nothing that's stopping them, right? That's what they
Yeah.
do. That's what they do for a living. They
hmm
do that for a
Yep.
living. So, no,
Yep.
yeah. That's something. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because it was like, when you see a person get a belt and then all of a sudden they just like, I don't know, they just like burn out that fast. It's like, where
Yeah.
where did it go? I'd be asking myself, where did it
hmm
go? But hey, it, it's it's like only a chosen few can get it, man, and that's why it's a special thing when you got a
hmm
champion like
Yes.
Valentina or like Joanna that stick around for a while. That's what I'm saying. Like people always hating on certain people, whether it be Amanda, Valentine. Y'all gonna be mad when they gone for real. Like when they
Facts.
gone, you're gonna be mad. Like you're gonna learn to appreciate fighters that dominate. So
Absolutely. Yeah, man. And that's why what I'm saying, like I give props to, you have to give props to people like Aaron, man. You do, like you just have to give somebody like her that kind of props, man, because Aaron Blanchfield, being so young, she is staring down the barrel at nothing but behemoths, dude. People who've been in the sport way longer than her. That's why Aaron Blanchfield, that's why I have so much respect for Blanchfield. You know what I'm saying? Because she's so young. You know what I'm saying? She's so young and she's staring these people down who were fighting when she was in diapers. You know what
mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like when she was in middle school, when she took her first class on whichever sport she started with, these people already were professional fighters. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? People like people potentially like Valentina, people like Manon, these people are 10, 11, 12 years older than Aaron Blanchfield.
Yeah,
and she
Aaron was
just,
Aaron was a little baby when she got into BJJ.
yeah, exactly,
That's why she got that like
exactly, man.
mean girl mentality. She always be like, I don't care, I'll fight anybody, I'll beat so and so up. It's like she was learning that since she was a kid. So that's something you can't take out of her. Like you can't take it out of her. She'll always
Exactly.
be like that.
And people, and like when people talk about like Valentina, they say, well, Valentina is a lifelong martial artist. So they quick to say that, But then rag Aaron Blanchfield. Aaron
Right.
Blanchfield is also she's a lifelong mixed martial artist.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
she's
saying? Like this,
lifelong.
Aaron
Yeah.
Blanchfield's been doing this since she was a baby.
Yeah, they're just
You know
from
what I'm
they're just from
saying?
two different sides of the world, but it's like
Yeah,
Aaron gotten into the UFC at such a young age. It's like, yeah, and the people that are quick to say that are people that don't even know how to fight.
right. Yes. I just have to. I feel bad for Erin that she didn't get to show what she was going to do. You know what I'm saying? And I had Erin to win the fight. I did. I thought Erin would win the fight.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I was just excited to see how it was going to go. I was excited to see what Macy was going to do. How Macy was going to deal with the style of Aaron Blanchfield. Can Macy
yeah,
get off? You know what I'm saying? Like I was looking to see what was going to happen. I thought that maybe Aaron could edge the fight out. You know what I'm saying? But still, I wanted to see the fight. So I hate that this happened for Aaron Blanchfield. But I'm excited to see what she does next. She says she will not rebook a fight. I think that maybe they can persuade her to rebook a fight with Macy Barber. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that that's like 100% out of the question. I think Aaron was, everything was so fresh.
oh yeah,
Everything was so, Aaron was just like, no, I wouldn't, she said it very quickly, like, no, I would never book another fight with him. But I think that, if the UFC says, Aaron, we're going to pay you, but this is the fight that needs
yeah.
to happen.
Hey,
I think she'll still take the fight.
hey, if the money's right, she'll take that
Yeah. Yeah. She'll take the fight. She'll take the fight.
for
And
sure.
if there's some clause in there, like if if Macy pulls out again, we pay you this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
absolutely, Aaron would do it again.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like everything, fall right into place too, and they know everything is good, and that like the money is good too, and she gonna be guaranteed a little something. Oh, well, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think that would be after, of course, some of the other girls may not be available. It'd have to be something like that too. So yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Uh, I mean, from here, Macy, man, like I know it might sound harsh, but I just think that she's got to drop some in the ranking, man, because I think they still got her. I think Axel said in the comments they still got her at number 5 or something like that. Yeah, it's Tuesday and she ain't dropped down in the rankings yet.
Well, I think that the UFC loves Macy Barber. That's one thing about Macy. The UFC love Macy Barber. And some people get that treatment combo. Some people get treated like trash. You know what I'm saying? Like some people get thrown. All this. Look how they did Tanisha Tennant. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like
yeah,
spend way other people that's in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Like look at how they did them. They don't. But if they love you, they love you. If the UFC love you, they love you. You can
hmm
be Tony Ferguson and lose 8 fights in a row, and the UFC is still asking, "Do you want to fight?" You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So, I mean, you let's just be 100% honest. It is what it is. But I think that they'll still be nice to Macy and keep her pretty high up in the rankings.
hmm
Um, but she'll probably have to fight down. Though. She won't get an opportunity. Macy gonna have to. This was her opportunity, and for one reason or another, the bottom line is she didn't make it.
they
You
should
know what I'm
flip
saying? She
flop
did.
her. They should flip flop
Go
her,
ahead.
and they should flip flop her and Jasmine. Jasmine's number 6.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
give her a little punishment and be like, all right, you didn't show up for the main event. You out of the top 5. You ain't top 5 material. That ain't top 5 material that pulls out of a main event. So, just drop her at least out of the top 5 and give Jasmine her spot. So, um, I think that would be fair. Okay, yeah, Wayne Kong is
Yeah,
ranked now. She's number 14. Yeah, okay.
yeah. Yep.
Hey, yeah,
I thought Wayne Cohn was 15.
no, she's 14 now. She wasn't even ranked yet.
Who's number 15?
Lipski.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I think I did see. I was looking at the rankings today, but I thought she was number 15. But okay, that makes sense. That yeah, Lipski was number 15. I don't know. Macy gonna have to fight down. What I'm saying she's gonna have to fight. The winner of Cortez Adarujo, she gonna have to fight, down. And
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying it. I've been saying it. She should fight Casey O'Neill on her return. You
Yeah,
know,
Casey O'Neill's about
Fight
that too.
Casey O'Neill.
Yeah, yeah,
That'd be a great fight. I
yeah,
think that'd be a good fight. I think that'd be a good come up fight for Casey O'Neill, and a good, if Macy beats her, that's a good win. But Macy gonna have to fight down no matter what. And if you gonna
yeah.
if the UFC gonna make her fight down, put her in there with Casey O'Neill.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
you let the fans down, you got to fight down. That's the motto.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I
fact,
mean? Like, regardless of the situation, you know what I mean? Because that was a main event, and to me,
yes,
I think that just deserves to say, hey, like, if you couldn't, even like make it to the main event, then it's like, how can we trust you again? Like, I know it's your body and everything and your health, but still, like, there was a lot riding on it, and if you weren't that reliable because of an illness, who knows if it might happen to you again?
yeah,
So can't really
yeah,
risk that. So I'd say, hey, yeah, Casey O'Neill's ranked 13. I mean, yeah, make her jump down there and fight somebody that's needing a dance partner right now. So that's cool with
yeah,
me.
right, yeah.
So since you
So
brought up Wayne
go
Kong,
ahead.
man, what you think, man? Like, what you think of that performance?
Lipski just doesn't look like Lipski. Just something's going on with Lipski, man. Something is going on with Lipski. This ain't the same Lipski that beat O'Neal. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? This ain't the same Lipski that beat Casey O'Neal. But Lipski's super inconsistent too, though. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, because she was looking good, and then she went in there and she got whooped by Montana. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And then she goes and wins a couple more, and then she starts getting whooped again. You know what I'm saying? So like she's super inconsistent, but man, like Lipski ain't got no straight shots, dude. Like if Lipski can learn to throw some straight shots, what I'm saying, and work her combinations, because when she throws her combinations, they're fast. She was doing like this little switch kick thing, you know what I'm saying, which was kind of nice, you know what I'm saying, but she didn't throw it enough, and it was all hooks, man. It was all hooks and kicks. You know what I'm saying? Like there wasn't a good jab in there. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't a good shoot. And Wayne Kong was just in and out with that jab, man, and bouncing on her toes and just in and out. You know what I'm saying? And popping Lipski with that jab, and Lipski just, I don't know, man. She didn't look good, dude.
No, she did better than I thought she would as far as like staying in the fight. I mean, she held her
I
own.
thought Lipski could have done much better than that, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't think she was gonna come to win anyway. Like for somebody that I just didn't think had the tank in her to win that night because so much going on. I thought
Yeah,
for somebody that wasn't prepared, I thought
yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it was more Wayne Kong's performance that is the fault to not get her out of there, or do you think Lipski was still?
No, I think Lipski didn't fight to her best at all. Like,
Mhm.
she didn't look her best, dude. Like she just didn't look her best. Like she let Wayne Kong lead the dance. You know what I'm saying? She let Wayne Kong be faster than her, man. When I know that I've seen Lipski be fast. You know what I'm saying? Casey O'Neill, when Lipski was, I mean, I'm just using Casey O'Neill as an example. You know what I'm saying? But Casey was throwing some good, some nice long shots on Ariane Lipski. You know what I'm saying? And Lipski caught Casey O'Neill because Lipski was timing her. Like she was reading the shots. Like Lipski was reading what O'Neal was doing. And when O'Neal would extend, you know what I'm saying? When O'Neal would extend, Lipski would slip and come up with a 3, 4, 5 punch combo every single time. You know what I'm saying? She was started catching O'Neal on the end of those combos, and that's how she ended up rocking O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? Because she just kept catching her, and then one of those right hands landed clean. O'Neal was wobbled, and it didn't seem like the timing, like she wasn't catching any kind of rhythm from Wayne Kong. So maybe it was because something that Wayne Kong did that just threw Lipski off. But Lipski was like, I don't think she was fighting like she usually fights, dude. I've seen her beat people that attack her the way that Wayne Kong was kind of attacking her. You know what I'm saying? She just didn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Wayne,
know.
yeah, Wang Kong, her leg kicks, I thought they were really effective. They were really doing a lot of damage. I was expecting a
Yeah,
stoppage to come at some point, but it was almost
well, she
like,
was blasting those legs.
yeah, it was almost like Wayne Kong didn't fully think that the stoppage was there. I wonder if she was kind of play it a little cautious herself. Like, why do you think she didn't go completely after the stoppage?
Because I think maybe because Lipski is still dangerous.
Hmm.
Lipski is still dangerous. So, Wayne Cohn didn't want to keep doing the same thing over and over and then get time. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, still, I think she could have won. I think she could have finished Lipski, but she kind of let Lipski off the hook in the later part of the fight.
Yeah, yeah, the leg
Like
kicks
she
were there.
definitely, she definitely let, she definitely let Lipski off the hook.
Yeah, because had she let her stand back up, she could have probably ended her on the leg kick, and then the ref probably would be like, all right, that's enough. But she kind of let her recover, so I thought that was a little. I thought it was a little lacking on Wang Kong to not take the stoppage at that point. But overall, I thought, hey, she did her part to win every single round. But the longer
Yeah,
you let a fighter stay in there, you put yourself in danger. And I just saw like Lipski start to come back in that third round a little bit. She started to come
she
back.
did.
That's why I was kind of waiting, man. I was like, I thought there was gonna be like an exchange where somebody got hit with a hook and they rolled. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of waiting
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
Wang Kong, she was game for that Lipski left hook. She was getting hit a couple of times, so I
yeah.
was like, here come a big shot. Somebody about to go down, but it never came. But yeah, I thought from for the most part, Wang Kong, her striking skill set is still it's still like I think it's still better than a lot of the girls where she's ranked right now. But I'm still need to see. I'm still need to see. I'm still in need of that wrestling situation. You know what I mean? Like I really want to see her get forced to the ground in some fights. I need to see her in there that's going to force her. Like right now, they keep putting her in there with strikers. They want to see her in there with people that she can go back and forth with. But I want to see Wayne Kong in there with somebody that's going to really get in there, muscle her, and try to take her down.
Casey O'Neill, tune up. That's a tune up fight for O'Neill.
Mm, you think so? Y'all think that's a y'all
That's
think
a
that's a
tune up
tune-up
fight for
fight?
O'Neill.
Y'all think that's a tune-up? Y'all think Wayne Kong's a tune-up fight for Casey O'Neill?
That's a tune up fight.
Man, man, go
No,
come
but
on, be
but all jokes aside, though, all jokes aside, that's a really good fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Wayne Kong is in the rankings. The UFC obviously wants to push her into the rankings. So look at and granted, she's more. JP made a comment earlier in the discourse saying, I think it was JP saying that the UFC really wants to push Wayne Kong because look at the path that Wayne Kong has had since losing to look at Wayne Kong and Gabriela Fernandez's past. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gabriela Fernandez not finished Wayne Kong, but Wayne Kong has fought twice. Well, been done fought twice, and So I mean, is it twice? Yeah, twice.
yeah, Bruno
Has she fought
Brazil.
twice? Yeah, she fought twice since that.
Yeah,
And
Bruno
Fernandez hadn't fought
Brazil,
at
and
all.
she fought Bruno Brazil and Lipski.
Lipski, yeah, and see, Fernandez hadn't fought at all. She just got a fight booked with Stoliarenko. So you know,
I think that's more the UFC's doing though. I think they're
that's what I'm
wanting,
saying.
yeah. So yeah, it is the UFC wanting to push her because they still got that
So that'll be a
backstory.
good fight for O'Neal, right? O'Neal's ranked above her.
It would be a good fight for Wayne Kong. I
A
mean,
good
yeah,
fight for Wayne Kong. Yes, yes,
yeah,
my bad. Yeah,
yeah. Because I know it was I think it was Joe Rogan. They brought that up again about Wayne Kong beating Valentina in a kickboxing match. So I think they still feel like there's life in that storyline. You know what I mean? So
right,
um, yeah. That's a fight that could happen. I mean, it's all in it. If
right.
Casey O'Neill is healed up, right? Like, is she still injured?
Yeah, she's still out.
I know she's been talking about wanting to fight somebody higher, but like, who does she deserve to fight higher than herself?
I mean, she's coming off of a win. She's coming off of a win. So I mean,
Who does she beat? Who did she beat? I can't remember. Was it
Luana
Luana Santos?
Santos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, Luana
yeah,
Santos.
she beat Luana Santos. So, um, I'm thinking maybe like the
If
no.
if
If
I think she
if Miranda Maverick if
if
Miranda
she
Maverick beat Rose,
yeah, I was gonna say she should either lose her that fight.
but Miranda Maverick ain't ranked right now though, right?
No, she's ranked. Hold on. Yeah, she's 11.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Never mind. I'm
Yeah,
thinking Maverick was unranked,
yeah, she's
but she
11.
did beat Castaway. She beat Castaway and Horth, right?
Yeah, Miranda's actually on like a 4 fight win streak right now. I think it's four
I'm
or
saying like
five.
as recently.
She beat was it Horth? Let me see.
I think that's what I said. Yeah, Jamie Lynn Horth and Priscilla Castaway, right?
No, it was Horth and Deani Barbosa. She beat Cachoeira like 2 years ago.
Oh,
Cause
well,
she
I'm
because
thinking.
before
I
that she
don't know what I'm
after that she
thinking.
beat Andrea Leah as well.
Okay, okay, okay. I guess I'm thinking. I don't. I guess I'm not thinking about her most recent fights. I don't know why. I thought for some reason her two recent fights was Horth and Castaway.
No, Horth is the most recent fight, but then before that she fought Deani Barbosa. Yeah,
Okay, so she fought Castaway a long time ago.
yeah, about 2 years ago. Yep, yep,
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. I think that I thought that real quick, just a side note.
yeah.
When Juju won, Juju made a comment. She said, "The girl I wanted to call out is no longer signed with the promotion." You think Juju was gonna call out Montana?
Oh, she said that.
Yeah, like it was like, "What's next for you for Juju?" And she was like, "Well, the girl I wanted to fight is not signed with the promotion. I don't think it's signed with the promotion anymore." But then she was like, "Whoever they put in front of me," but she was talking about Montana, bro.
Yeah, yeah. She was. She was.
Yeah, she was definitely talking about Montana.
At most, at most it could have been Andrea Lee, but I think it was Montana.
It would had to be
It
Montana,
was
dude. Yeah, it
Montana
definitely was Montana.
because that one made more sense. You
Yeah,
know,
Montana would have beat Juju though.
get Montana back into there, man. Like
That's crazy. That's
that's so
crazy. They
crazy.
got Montana waiting. They got Montana waiting for a short notice fight. Like that's crazy.
Wow, man.
They got Montana waiting for a short like to like jump in. Like they got this girl asking to like she posting stuff saying put me in. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man. Like how y'all? But anyway, we ain't talking about Montana right now.
No, no. But seriously, though, man, she was talking about Montana. That was a fight that she was
Yeah,
trying to
yeah. She
eyeball.
was she was talking about Montana.
But I think I
Go ahead, go ahead.
I would have had Montana in that fight though.
Yeah, I'd probably have Montana too. So what you think is next for Lipski?
I think, man, hold on. Lipski's 15, man. I think Lipski's got to fight. What's that? The girl I mentioned the fought Miranda, Deani Barbosa. That'd be a good fight.
Deani Barbosa. Okay, okay,
That's gonna be the real
okay.
test right there because she's on a 3 fight losing streak. And if you lose to that girl and she's beast mode right now, that's gonna tell us where she's at. And if she can't get that, I think, man, Lipski might have to call it a day, man. I'm just saying, man. I had her in that potential threat for a while too, and I was like, she done messed up,
But
man.
you had good reason though.
I had good
That was
reason,
good reason. Yeah,
but
yeah. You definitely did.
she done messed me up, man. I was like, what happened, girl? Like you came up in here looking improved, working with Amanda Nunes. Remember, she was like working with Amanda at the time,
Mm-hmm.
looking different.
Yep.
But now, like, man, she came crashing down. I think it was that I don't really think it was just that Kareem Silva fight because she kind of did all right. Now I think it was that Jasmine fight. I think
That
Jasmine.
Jasmine fight.
I
Yeah.
think Jasmine gave her shades of Montana again, man. I ain't lying, man. I think it took her back, man.
They took her back, dude. Yeah, dude. Montana beat Lipski ass though. But yeah. But I want to see Lipski bounce back. I want to see
I
her,
do, yeah.
win a couple. I do, man. But Lipski getting up there in age too. Like we got to start thinking about that. Lipski is like what 30 something now.
In fight years, she's probably older, man, because she's like 17 and 10. Did you know she had 10
Yeah.
losses, man?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my fault. 11.
That's crazy. Say it again.
31 years old. 31 years old, over 27, 28 fights. Yeah, 17 wins and 11 losses. Dang.
11 lost. Ooh.
Got finished by Antonina, Montana, Zombie Girl, Jasmine. Whew, she's been stopped quite a few
You've been
times.
stopped. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know,
Like
man.
Lipski to me, man. I like to see champions from other organizations come in and do well. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that when champions get, recruited to the UFC, they're supposed, that's the UFC. That's the UFC looking for the best of the best. And if you're a champion, you know what I'm saying, then you're good. And I like to see champions from other, organizations come in and do well. And I hate that Lipski is not doing so well.
Hmm.
I really do. I really hate that she's not doing so well. Because she's one of the OG flyweights. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But this is a story. This fight right here is a story of the new wave versus the old wave. The new wave is clearing them out. Wang Kong down in the Legion of the Unranked. Now she's ranked. She clearing them out. She
Hmm.
beat them. She did lose that fight to Gabriela Fernandez. That's a big asterisk on her record. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? She ain't lost a round. I feel like she ain't lost a round. But I really want to see Lipski do well. I like to see them OGs still perform well. So I hope that she can pull it together for sure.
Yeah. 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 I hope so.
Paul said, change your name when you start to lose. Lipski Chukagian. It's real.
Yeah, when you get married. Yeah, when you get married. Yeah. Nah, Paul. I mean,
That's
hey,
crazy.
found God. That's a good thing. But the thing is, you know, I think it's
James
more.
is crazy.
I think it's more a
James is wild.
relationship thing, man. Like when you in a relationship, that changes things. Cause hey, Natalia Silva, she's with God, and look what she's doing to girls. Natalia Silva, she's a beast right now.
Yeah,
Natalia Silva,
yeah,
she's on the opposite side. I think Natalia Silva,
yeah.
though, man, she like it's crazy. Like when you look at Lipski and Natalia Silva, they got like the opposite kryptonites. Like she can't handle the same styles that hurt Lipski, Natalia Silva be running through. Them big girls,
Yes,
those big
yes,
girls, you can't handle them. So yeah, yeah.
yeah. It
I
just
I
is what it is.
I'd say I give her another chance against Deani Barbosa. Give her another chance, man. Give her another chance. Because of what happened with this fight, but they're gonna have to reconsider some things. Gary said Natalia's not in a relationship. Yes, she is. Check her IG.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
behind, dog.
Okay. Boom. Let's talk big dogs now. And I mean big
Let's
dog.
talk.
Big
Let's
dog.
talk.
Oh
Let's
man.
talk.
Oh, bro.
It
It's,
was so wild seeing how much
it's
bigger Kayla was. And I'm not using that as an excuse. I said there is no excuse. But Kayla Harrison was just so big
mm-hmm.
compared to Juliana Pena that it was Juliana had no chance. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying it because it's the truth, but she just had no chance.
Mm-hmm.
And Juliana's used to being at a disadvantage size wise, but this much size was just it was so obvious.
Yeah.
It was super obvious.
Mm-hmm. I was man, I really wanted to see a back and forth action fight, but deep down there was nothing. Like honestly, man, like did you see Pena doing any type of serious damage? Like besides dragging the fight out, like did you see anything in her tool belt that could have really disrupted Kayla?
I think that Juliana was I think that Juliana was really trying to, make her punches count, you know what I'm saying? But Kayla was doing well getting out of the way of the punches, Juliana to me was too she was just super hyper aware of the takedowns. I don't think she was really committing to the punches like that. She did land a couple good ones. She did
Mm-hmm.
extend out and land a couple good right, a couple good right hands. You know what I'm saying, good jabs or whatnot. But just once the fight got in close, it was just it was crazy. Easy says Kayla outweighed Pena by almost 50 pounds. Ain't no way. There's no way.
Mm.
How do we know that, Easy? How do you know? I mean, but he might be right. You know what I'm saying? She was so
I know
big in there, dude.
Amanda.
Like,
I know Amanda. Like, who said that? I can't remember if it was a featherweight fight or a flyweight fight. Amanda came in there most like at 170 with one fight. This maybe like 165.
yeah,
So
Amanda came in big too.
yeah, I can imagine Kayla probably, hydrating up to
Easy How do we know that? How do we know that, Easy?
yeah, because 50 pounds, that's a lot. That's like
That's a
180. I
lot.
mean, her muscles, muscle like that. I mean, when you just look at the definition and everything, like it looks like it could almost be like a light heavyweight dude, but nah, like I would say maybe at most like 165, maybe 170.
Yeah. She
Like
she outweighed Juliana by at least 25 pounds.
yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Because you got to look at Pena. Pena didn't look like she rehydrated that much. Like Pena was very lean. That's why I put
Right.
this
Yeah,
picture
she
right here.
was.
Like, look at her arms. Like Pena looks good. She looks really
Yes.
solid and toned. But look at Kayla, man. She's just massive. You know.
Kayla is massive. She is massive. Dude, she almost died. Did you see the pictures?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, like she can't. I don't know how much longer she's gonna be able to. This how much longer she's gonna be able to do this. And now she's already talking about fighting Amanda Nunes at 145 pounds. You know what I'm saying?
Her.
Like she's already
Oh, she
saying
is.
that.
Is she?
Yes, I saw it today.
Wow. You gotta show me that, man.
I,
She better
let me
not,
see if I
man.
can. Man, I'm telling you, this girl says she open to fighting Amanda Nunes at 145 pounds.
I don't want to see that. I don't
Come
even want to see that.
on, said I don't want to see that.
Because there ain't no such thing as a featherweight division, and this is what she came here for, down to one. Because you know what that means. If she wanted to do 145, you could have done 145 against Chris Cyborg in the PFL.
I'm trying to see here. Let me look and see.
It's ain't, we ain't trying to go over here and make up the featherweight division now. You know,
I'm about to find it. I'll find it. I'll find it. It was on social media on one of my socials. But yeah, I definitely will find it. Let's see. I'll have to find it. I'll have to find it, but I'm gonna send it to you. But yeah, she said something about she's open to fighting Amanda Nunes at featherweight. She definitely said it. Yeah.
man, come on, man. Because but you
Oh,
know
there
why?
it is.
You know
There it
why?
is. There it is right here. It
Okay.
says, I'm about to send you the link. It
Yeah.
says, let me see, copy. All right, boom. Let me send it to you. Yeah, I'm sending that to you right now, dog. Because I'm talking. The article says Kayla Harrison doesn't care what weight class she fights Amanda Nunes at. She been
Okay.
talking about featherweight. Let's
Why you
see.
talking about? Why you talking about? You know why? You know why though, right? You know why she
Why?
talking about it? Because now she want to be able to claim champ.
Exact. She's trying to be a champ. She said Nunes once held the 135 title and the 45 title simultaneously.
Told you.
Harrison is willing to fight the Lioness in either weight class. Quote: I'm open to fight to 45 or 35. I just want to fight. I definitely want to fight Amanda. She's the greatest of all time, and I want to be the greatest of all time. I've wanted that for a long time now. It's not personal. There's no bad
Double
blood.
champ.
And then at the
Double
end, and then she ends it. She ends it with, "I don't care what weight we fight at." She already planting the seed.
double champ. Gotta
She
say,
she already planting the
Kayla play a
seed.
good. I gotta say, look, Kayla play a good game of chess, bro. I tell you, double
Yeah.
champ. Come on now, because they're gonna take that belt, they're gonna dust it off, and they're gonna say, let's
Who
bring
said
this
that?
thing
Oh,
up.
oh, oh, Colosseum. I seen that comment you made before you deleted it. I saw. He said she did not
No,
say
no,
that. That was her manager.
hold up. Donovan said let them go at 145. No need for them both risking it. No, that ain't. No, she came here for
No,
135.
she
You
came
came
in
here
for
to win the
135.
belt.
She
You
ain't
came here to
said.
win the
She ain't
belt, and you
said
came here
nothing.
to defend it.
Yeah.
So that's what needs to happen. That was the whole
Well, you
strategy.
ain't said nothing about 45 since you've been in the UFC.
Because, like I just said, look, you had a chance to do 145-pound gold against a Hall of
Yep.
Famer in Chris Cyborg.
Yep.
That's gonna
Yep.
make some. That's gonna make people ask some questions now and be like, "Wait a minute, now you had a chance to fight for PFL featherweight belt against one of the greatest. She right here in
You took
PFL,
off.
but now you go over
You
here.
took off.
Oh man, no, it got to be bantamweight. It got to be bantamweight to
It's
me
gotta be best. Gotta be bantamweight.
because
Capo said,
that's the
"Capo,
risk.
don't forget." You said I heard what you said when we first said something about featherweight. You said, "Oh, I don't want to see that."
No, That ain't, I don't even want to see that. It ain't even happening. No. We can't do that, man. Not now. Like Kayla Dunn came in here. She was making good weight, looking good as a bantamweight. Keep it going. Keep it going. That's all I want to see. Like, let's not change energy now. Let's not change weight classes now. Let's be consistent. You know, this is where
James says
this
it's
is where
okay.
Amanda's
Go
being
ahead.
known. This is where Amanda's been known.
Hmm.
She's
Yep.
been known as the bantamweight champion, and that's what you want to really go in there and prove everybody you better than, right? So that's how I see it. Because hey, look, but it's proof. Her biggest challenge is not these bantamweight girls; it's the weight. That's just
Yeah.
proof.
Yep.
People might be mad at what I'm saying, but I'm just saying like her biggest challenge is the scale and not the person across from her.
But I could just see Amanda Nunes bapping Kayla Harris. I can't even. I can't even say it. Like I'm not even trying to make a prediction. But I can just see, dude. I can see Amanda hands just. I can see her snapping Kayla head back, dog. And
Yeah,
Amanda got a nasty ass jab. Amanda's jab, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why Pena had to get that jab right in that first fight. You know what I'm saying? Because Amanda's jab is a pistol. You know what I'm saying? Like she's got a good jab. Amanda gonna it's gonna be blood in that fight. That nose of Kayla Harrison is bruh.
look,
Amanda about to go home with Kayla Harrison's nose.
Amanda. If they do this at 140, if they do this at 145, there's so much more. There's so much more of a threat there. Like if Amanda don't get that respect early, and Kayla's weight cut is right where she wants it to be, because that's the thing. Kayla is big, but she's physically gifted. She's physically gifted, and she knows how to use her size. That she fights like a big woman, like we've been talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like we got
Yes.
other girls that are like who says that big for nothing, right? We got
Yes.
girls that are big for nothing, right? So when you have somebody that knows how to use their size, then it's pretty clear that that's what they do. Like, for example, this fight with Pena, right? Like, she gets full credit for beating Pena because she beat the champion. But
Yes.
my thing is, it's like, yeah, she beat her because she's much more physically gifted and she knows how to use. She fights like a
Yeah.
big woman. She fights like a big woman.
Yeah.
So you go to featherweight, I'm thinking that's probably where she feels like she'll have more of an advantage, and punch resistance might be better too. So
Hmm.
she gonna want some things in her favor. I can see that happening, but no, 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 it's got to be 135. Got to be
It's
135.
got to be 135. It's got to be
Let's
135.
ask the chat, man. What do y'all think in the chat? Is it got to be 135 or 145? Because they ain't gonna dust. Look, they ain't even gonna pull no featherweight belt up out of the casket, man. They got to
Man,
keep that
I'm telling
middleweight.
you, man, listen, I'm telling you, Kayla Harrison she is already planting that 145 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Now I do believe that the UFC will have competition for her at 45. Like if they do make that, if they say, for instance, I think Easy E said it earlier that or James said it earlier. If Kayla tells the UFC to do 45, he thinks that they'll open 45 back up for somebody like Kayla Harris. You know what I'm saying? But if fighters actually do move up, you know what I'm saying? If fighters actually this time when because there will be somebody like Kayla Harrison at the hem of it. There might be some people that what I'm saying that may attract some of those bigger bantamweights to that division, and then actually have a featherweight division. Because if Kayla would be good if they had a featherweight division, that would that could be her true home. You know what I'm saying? Like
It
she
could be
could thrive at
it
45.
could be her home. It could be Macy Chiason's home. It could be Norma
Yes,
Dumont's
Yana
home.
Santos,
Yeah, Ketlin. Come on, it could be home for all
Catlin.
them big girls. Cause hey, remember Macy Chiasson? She was the first featherweight. She was a featherweight they signed before uh Kayla, because they were
Yeah,
trying to line them up for what's her name? Chris Cyborg, yeah. They were gonna
yes,
take the division for her, but then that kind of went up, in the air and it was just done. But I mean,
yeah,
if they truly were gonna commit to a 145-pound division, I'd be cool with that. I would be
yes.
cool with that. But now we're going to change things. Now we're going to change things all
And,
of a sudden.
you left somebody out though. We left out 145er.
Mm-hmm.
You said we said who did we say? Catlin,
And Norma,
Yana, Norma,
uh,
hey,
Macy, Chason, yeah.
Macy Chason, Alan Perez.
You think she a featherweight?
She fought at featherweight. She won it. She got wins at featherweight.
Oh yeah, because she missed some weight too, right?
No, no, she never missed no weight.
She didn't. I thought she ain't never missed weight.
I
She
don't think
didn't.
Alan Perez missed weight.
I'm gonna type. Wait, let me type in Eileen Perez missed weight. Oh, that's the first thing that came up. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, yeah. She only missed it by point five. That ain't bad.
Yeah, she only missed it by point five.
Yeah, yeah. That ain't nothing. That was just point five ain't bad. So yeah, she's still more of a bantamweight. Does she have trouble making weight?
I'm not sure if she has. I don't think she has trouble. Let me look at her record.
I think she's a better fit for bantamweight to me. Like she adds to the fire for bantamweight, honestly.
She used to be a flyweight. But let's see. Yeah, she fought Stephanie Edgar at featherweight.
Hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
let me see. Uh, she she got a win over a girl in Brazil at featherweight. She got some wins at. She got two, one, two. She 2-1 at featherweight.
Okay.
Let me see, because she fought featherweight in the UFC, didn't she?
I
Did
think
she fight?
bantamweight
Yeah,
needs her.
She fought Jocelyn Edwards at featherweight.
I think that was because Jocelyn missed weight, was it?
Yes. Oh, I'm sure she did, dude. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me Google Jocelyn Edwards. She missed weight a lot though. It was missed weight by 3 pounds. Was that the? I wonder if that. No, that wasn't the fight. 'Cause she won that fight. But anyway, Alan Perez. You think she's more of a bantamweight?
Yeah, I think so. I think she is. And I think I think they need her right now too, man. Like she's the only. I won't say she's the only one, but like she's one that kind of adds some flair. Like I'm not a fan of the twerking thing, but I'm just saying like she does talk. She does talk and promote, and she is like on a nice win streak. I think her and like Cavalcanti, I think they're needed for bantamweight right now. I don't see her as being like
Cavalcanti, yes.
I don't see her as massive as like Macy Chiasson, where it's like, oh, you got to go up.
Yeah, yeah. But Shayson for sure should go up. You know what I'm saying? I think she would go up to fight Kayla Harrison. I just didn't think she really wanted to fight Cyborg. I don't think she would have fought Cyborg. You know what I'm saying? Like Shayson, I don't think she would have fought Cyborg. Um, 'Cause she clearly didn't want anything to do with 45 after she won the Ultimate Fighter. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it was obvious. It wasn't until after Cyborg was gone that Shayson took fights at 45.
You think
I mean,
so?
that's just the
You think
truth.
she was it?
Say it again.
You think she wasn't trying to fight her, man? I thought she was.
No, Shay Song wasn't trying to fight. She wasn't trying to fight Cyborg. And Shay Song, it was only two. It was only two featherweights in that whole season anyway, and it was her and Leah Less. You know what I'm saying? So the rest of them were bantamweight, and Macy Shay Song was one of the one of the legit featherweights. Actually won the show, and she didn't even want to fight at 45. She could have fought. She could have rematched Leah Letson. She could have fought Felicia Spencer. She could have fought Megan Anderson, Norma Dumont. Like, well, she did fight Norma Dumont. So she could have been fighting them girls at 45. That she could have fought, beat up on Zara Dos Santos. You
Man,
know what I'm saying? Like,
Megan
but
and
she didn't do none of that.
Megan and Macy, that would have been a good fight. That would have ended
That
it.
would have been a good fight.
Somebody would have got knocked out in that fight.
Somebody got knocked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Megan probably would have tuned Macy Chason up though. I'm just being honest, dude. Like she'd have tuned Chason up.
Man,
Chason is Macy Chason is a puppy.
man, that yeah. Man, no. I don't think she's like a puppy, man. I just think, man, she's got to stick. Man, she's one of them fighters, man. Like I just don't think she has enough pull to say like I want to fight at 145 and they give it to her, because Kayla can do that, but I don't think she can. So,
but she had the chance to though.
She did.
She had the chance. She had the chance to be the newcomer at 45 when she won the Ultimate Fighter. She could have fought Cat at 45. You know what I'm saying? Like she had the opportunity to be that girl at 45, and she didn't take it.
Yeah. So,
I mean, it's kind of hard to be. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, there's some things like, and it's no disrespect to Macy. I just think there were some directions that, and I don't know what it is. You just don't never know what's going on with a person behind the scene. Like, I just think there's some directions that they went and they kind of missed them, her and her team, because there was a time when she was like back in like 2018, she was looking like a threat, I think it was really those killer weight cuts though, man. But Kayla gonna learn, man.
Especially say it again.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, Kayla's gonna learn though, man. Like what she's learning now, these weight cuts ain't no joke. But I ain't taking no 145 cut. I ain't taking 135 or nothing. That's my slogan from here on, man. We can't do that now. We are not gonna do that now. It's 135 or nothing. Y'all see this right here. I'm gonna put
nothing.
It right here. Hold on. It's 135 or nothing.
If Amanda got to cut to 35, you got to cut to 35 too.
Mm-hmm. Because she came in saying that. She came in saying that from the jump. Like I'm prove I'm the best. I'm gonna come in here, become bantamweight champion. She did it. She blew out Pena, and now Amanda got into the cage. You got your Amanda fight. Now all you got to do is just cut down to 135 one more time. That's it.
She ain't gonna stay at 35 long.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be her. That might be her plan. But it would take somebody like Kayla Harrison to reignite to make the UFC reignite the 45 division.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think that they'll pay some girls some good money to go up. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll pay, fighters like I'm saying Yana Santos is looking good.
Mm-hmm.
I think those girls will, and challenge Kayla Harrison because it's gonna have to be fighters like that, those physically strong and those physically big fighters to match Kayla Harrison in size, like Norma Dumont. So I think Norma matches Kayla in size. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the weight cut is rough on Norma because Norma don't carry as much muscle as Kayla Harrison. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think the weight cut is as brutal for Norma. And Norma's kind of got it together as far as cutting the 35. So she looks good at 35. She looks healthy at 35. She's a 5-round fighter. You know what I'm saying? And is she big? Is she strong, man? Like her lower half, she generates a lot of power from her lower half, man. And she can spell trouble for Kayla. Kayla's front leg can be kicked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen it be kicked before, and Norma Dumont uh, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens because even though this is going down, you got Nunes versus Harrison. You still got people like Norma Dumont at 35. If this fight goes down,
Mm.
if they keep it all 35, and this fight goes down to 35, you still got people like Norma Dumont. So we can't forget about Big.
Big door. No, like, and that's my thing too. Like, I think where Norma Dumont stands right now, I wouldn't want to see her go back up to 145. Like, I think she's doing really well, and that would cheat her out of a title shot too. So I think she deserves her place at 135 right now. I don't want to see her have to be forced to move back up because she got tired of it. She was like, I don't know where they want me. This was before Kayla was signed. She was like, I don't know where they want me. I want 145, 135. But now she's got a home at 135 and she's winning. And she's got some potential good fights. So it's like, why not just keep this thing going? Same thing with Kayla. Like, I'm let's say
Yeah,
if, let's say if Pena was in Kayla's shoes, what would you say? Would you want Pena to entertain 145 or just stay where she's at? Let's say if she had the
absolutely
same
not. I would
size
be
as
100%. If she had what?
let's say if she was in the same predicament as Kayla is right now, size and all, like if she was just as big and she tried to entertain 145
Okay.
now, would you feel like she's trying to avoid that last weight cut or
If she was going through a brutal weight cut like Kayla's going through, then yes. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to see. It's hard to watch these brutal weight cuts like that. It is. It's hard to watch. Kayla
okay.
Harrison is about the most brutal weight cut I've seen on a female fighter to 35.
Hmm. Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm
I
saying? Yeah.
got you.
Go ahead.
But I'm maybe I'm being harsh or maybe I'm just not fanboying, but I say 135 or nothing.
Yeah, 135 or nothing. But speaking
Because
of
it's
Amanda,
like
go ahead. Go ahead.
it's because it's like why now? Why now? I thought you were gonna be the best bantamweight. Like you want to be the best fighter. Like keep it going. Just keep it going. Don't look for any type of advantage or anything like that. Like why now does this have to suit that situation? Why couldn't it have been this
Right.
fight too? Why couldn't it have been this fight? Why couldn't you have said, let me fight normal at 145 just so I could get my body acclimated to featherweight again and get ready for the Amanda fight?
That's a
So
risky. That's a risky fight.
yeah, that's why.
Risky fight.
But
That's a risky fight. Speaking of Juliana Pena, though, somebody said it in the comment section. Juliana Pena, flyweight. So many people. I have so many people don't agree with me when I say this, but I really do think that Pena that would be good for Juliana Pena to go down the flyweight. I just think it'll be a good thing for her. So let these girls. I'm saying? 'Cause I don't think she'll ever win a fight with Kayla. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna go like that because Kayla's so big. You know what I'm saying? Amanda Nunes, she's already shown she can beat Amanda. You know what I'm saying? So, um, her going down to 125, I think is a good move for Juliana. Like I do. I think it's a fresh start for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, show that she can go on and win a belt in another weight class. Like that would be awesome. She'd be a 3-time UFC champion. You know what I'm saying? So, I would say, yeah, I think yeah. Colostrum says Aaron and Pena at 125. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yes. That way, because Juliana Pena has suffered from her entire career of having to fight these big girls, and she's done it, and she did something that Valentina couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Valentina couldn't win the belt at 35. Juliana Pena, however, won the belt twice at 35, and they're arguably the same weight class. You know what I'm saying?
against
Pena looked a little
against
bigger than Valentina. Say it
yeah,
again.
I was gonna say yeah, she won it twice and she won it once against somebody Valentina couldn't beat.
Exactly. Exactly. My point exactly. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So Juliana Pena going down to 25. Let's say, we just got done talking about the flyweight, Shark Tank. What if you all of a sudden splash Juliana Pena down at 125? My next fight's at 20. I really think that's a move that she's going to make because she keeps talking about it. She said it in the build up to this fight. That she was like, "Oh, people keep telling me I should go down the flyweight, and I like to eat. Me and my daughter like to eat." The UFC PI is telling Juliana Pena, you're physically a flyweight. There are flyweights that weigh more than you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go down the flyweight and you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's something that she'll really entertain, and I really hope she does because I feel like she's gonna be. It could, Valentina suited well at 25 as far as the size thing, and I think Pena can do the same. Because when Pena came back against Nico Montano, she was lean as hell. Like Juliana, I was like, man, she looks like a flyweight. That's the first time I noticed that she looked like a flyweight was when she fought Nico Montano. Now she looked a little pudgy in that Jermaine Durandamy fight. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like the pudgiest I've seen Juliana Pena. And I think it showed me like what weight looks like on Pena, what extra weight looks like on Pena. And I wouldn't like for her to go up to 45. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't think that would be anywhere near where Juliana Pena needs to be. But at 25, you know what I'm saying? Like she would look good at 25, I think.
Now, do you think she would have trouble making it like Misha Tate did, or you think she'd be good?
I think Pena would be okay at 25. I think she would be okay
Man,
for sure.
I don't know, man. The thing is, she just got to be like really, really strict on her diet. Because how old is she? 35 now? Yeah, she's 35, and
Yeah.
like her saying she likes to eat and stuff like that just sounds like somebody that I'm not sure how strict she'll be. Maybe she'll just have to consider like, does she want to fight on? Like, would she want to jump in the mix and be amongst those those sharks at 125 right now? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of questions to answer there too, man. Like, just we're looking at her at 135 and how she's taking a lot of wear and tear, even on the chin. Like, would that rough weight cut affect her chin at that weight? At 125.
I don't think so.
It wouldn't
I
be. You
think it
don't think
may
it'll be
be
like
dip.
Amanda Ebos a little bit, or you think she'll be all
No, she ain't gonna be like Ebos, dog. She ain't
right?
gonna be like Ebos because look at who she's getting punched by at 25. I mean at 35. Look at who she's getting. Look at who hurts Pena with shots at 35. The two people that have really hurt Pena with punches have been Jermaine Durandamy and Amanda Nunes.
And
You know what
Rocky,
I'm saying though? Who?
Rocky.
Oh, and Rocky. Yeah, and Rocky. Okay, yeah, Rocky. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, go down to 25, there is a difference in the power, I think. You know what I'm saying? But I think Pena's physically would be a very long, rangy flyweight. You know what I'm saying? She would be built with that long, rangy kind of. I think at 25 she'd be more like Joanna build. You know what I'm saying? Like not saying that she would fight like Joanna, but like that wiry, long build. You know what I'm saying? So I think Pena would look. Her legs are long. Her arms are long. Like she would be a freak at 25.
Oh man, do you think she's got the skill to hang with some of these movers, yo?
I do. I think so.
I'm gonna
I know
be.
you. I know you talking about Natalia Silva. I know you. Juliana Pena grab her up. You grabbed up
Yeah,
Valentina.
maybe. Yeah, yeah, maybe. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be the negative one here and say
Okay.
I don't think it'll work, man. Like, maybe because I'm thinking of how Misha Tate moved down and Lauren Murphy put some hands on her. Ah, man, like I'm just thinking girls like Manon, man, like they're used to making that weight between her and Natalia. Let that be a bad weight cut for her. Just let it be a bad weight cut. You won't be able to catch her, man. You won't even be able to catch Natalia Silva. And like Manon might match her in strength, and her striking would probably give her problems. Aaron, man, that might be more of her doable fight. But even then, like I think, man, Aaron might. I could see Aaron putting some hands on her, man. Aaron could put some hands on Pena. I ain't gonna lie, because
She
look,
might.
this is
She
Aaron.
might.
Look, this is their division. This is them girls' division, man. And
Yeah. Yeah. But it would take a dog like Juliana Pena to go down there and swim. If I had to pick somebody that it was possible for them to make 25, that fights at 35 right now, that I think would have the best chance to survive at
yeah,
25, it would most definitely be Juliana Pena.
Out of bantamweight, yeah, yeah. You know, Cavalcanti probably could. She's not that big.
No, she ain't that big. Not she's really not that big. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she probably could make 25. You know what I'm saying? She probably could make, but she would be hell at 25, dude. Like like as long as she fights, like she fights very long like that, dude. Like
Yeah.
she gonna, that 125 they struggle with defense down there now. I mean, let's just be real, Combo. The 25ers
Oh,
they struggle with defense.
oh man, shoot, that's a. I think 135. Everybody been struggling with defense right now. Shoot, 135. They struggling with defense right now, man. Them girls can't.
Yeah,
But when you yeah 125. Your defensive specialist is just really Valentina, really, and
yeah, that's
Natalia
it.
Silva, and Natalia Silva. Like her legs,
Natalia Silva, yeah.
her legs are what save her, and that's it's it's something a lot of girls can't catch on to. But yeah, between them two, that's it,
They the only
man.
two. They the only two. They the only two ain't getting hit.
Yeah,
Everybody else.
your your defensive man, defense right now. But hey, that's what people want, right? Whenever people are too defensive minded, people call them boring. So hey,
Yeah,
we giving them a little
I was just
something.
thinking about. I was just thinking about how Rose was snapping Tracy Cortez head back.
Oh
Like,
man, she was
yeah.
she was putting dukes on her, man. She told her to put up her dukes, man, and she could
Bro,
not.
that was crazy. That was crazy, bro. She was snapping
Mm.
Cortez head back, dog. Like that's the most snaps in one fight out of the scene.
See, I thought
And
my
Tracy,
I think I did pick Tracy in that one, and my mistake was I thought Tracy was going to do what Aaron did.
yeah.
I thought she was going to go in there and pressure, wrestle, and maybe even use that boxing, but Rose said, "Not today, man." Rose was putting boxing lessons on her, man, like every single round, and she gave her a makeup tutorial.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy.
She was like, "Don't come in here made up like that." You know, that's what made it worse.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, she slapped that eyelash right off of Tracy Cortez. That
dude,
was just
that eyelash went flying.
diabolical work.
Mm,
Diabolical work.
mm. Bro, man, I don't know though, man. Hold on. Yeah, now that you bring up Rose, man, like we got this fight coming up this weekend. Shout out to Miranda. I mean, she getting her first co-main event with this one. I still don't really care for this matchup in a sense of just like making big sense. Like, what about you?
Yeah, ever since when you first started talking about it, I kind of seen what you meant. But you know what I'm saying? Rose got to fight down, Combo. You know what I'm saying? Like Rose has to fight down. Rose is lost. You know what I'm saying? She ain't out here. She ain't out here. Putting clinics on everybody. She losing fights too. Yes, she winning fights, but she up and down. You know what I'm saying? And the Miranda Maverick is somebody who's been in the division for a long time, who's on the street, who deserves to fight up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Miranda deserves to fight up. And Rose
Yeah, she
don't get no
does.
special treatment because she used to be the strawweight champion. She don't get no free. She don't get no easy treatment. She been given the big fights and she lost them both. She lost to Aaron and she lost to Manon. So I mean, Rose got to fit in where she fit in, and her fit in at this moment is fighting down.
Yeah. I just didn't
You
really
know?
I didn't really XA, don't be putting that term in the chat. They always be tagging people's like videos when you keep putting stuff like that in there. Remove that tag. I know what you're talking about, XA, but every time you put stuff like that, they be trying to hit videos up and
Yeah,
stuff. So I know what the
yeah,
word means. Well, we know. Um, like I was saying, I just think they're kind of fresh off of a camp together, and they haven't really had a chance to grow. Like apart. Like they kind of know each other a little too much,
yeah,
and I'm,
yeah,
I'm I'm hoping that doesn't affect like the performance. Like I think for the most part, Miranda, she knows how to separate herself, and Rose does, but I don't want them to be like too respectful or like too familiar with each other too. So I kind of wish maybe they would have fought maybe a couple of fights away, like fought a couple other people and then fought that way because they just trained together. They just trained together for that.
Right.
What camp was it? I think the Macy Barber fight, and even like uh, before that got canceled, she had trained with Rose for the Macy Barber fight.
Rose came to watch her fight.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because I have no problem with fighters fighting each other though. Like if they train in the same place,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem.
y'all make that decision to train with people who, what I'm
Yeah,
saying, who gonna be in the same weight class as you, what I'm saying. They make that decision knowing that they have, I mean, I guess in the back of their mind they think, oh, we'll never fight, but when the
hmm
time comes, you gotta put that aside. You gotta put that
yeah,
aside.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, I definitely think it's a good step up for Miranda because I definitely want to see Miranda get up there as well because I think that it's a time. It's time for some change, and she's been fighting for a long time, and I really want to see where she stands now. So let's see her fight a former champ.
Yeah. I think
Co-main.
I think she'll I think she'll show up though. I think Miranda Maverick will show up. She's gonna have to beat Rose though. Like she can't
Yeah,
get stuck in that gear, you know what I'm saying? She can't get stuck in that gear that she gets stuck in fights. You know what I'm saying? Like you fighting Rose, you have to find a way to beat Rose.
yeah.
So I
Who
ain't
you
made
go?
a pick yet, but I think she'll show up.
Who you going? Who you going for? Like, who do you want to see win this fight?
I want to see Miranda Maverick win,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
but it's Rose.
Okay. It's yeah. Rose is just oh man, like too much experience and a lot of talent there,
Right.
but a lot of people thought that was gonna happen in the Aaron fight, and I just at that fight I couldn't pick her, man. I was like, I don't think Rose is gonna have it for Aaron. Aaron just too Aaron's just on a tear when she get in there, man. Like Aaron don't care. Aaron don't
Yeah.
stop trying, So Miranda's got to have that kind of approach. I think as a grappler, she's got to have that kind of approach, and I hope her striking is improved to that level where she can just catch Rose like Aaron was with like combinations.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna see though, so we're gonna see what kind of I hope that Miranda Maverick we out here. I hope she get physical with Rose. Like I want to see her grab Rose and try to take Rose down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because Miranda Maverick can grapple. Like the girl can grapple.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I want to see her take Rose down.
yeah, yeah. That I think that's still her best bet. You ain't gonna hang on the feet with her
Yeah.
like that. Mm-mm.
Like be big on Rose.
Be big. You said be big.
Yeah, be big on Rose. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. There's one other fight on here too, man. Dang man, Jamie Lynn Horth and Teresa Bleda.
Oof.
Oh man,
No,
well,
it's
no, no,
it's
no. She she
Demopolis.
she got pulled out. It's Demopolis now, right? Yeah,
It's
yeah,
Demopolis. I
yeah.
don't like Demopolis against Jamie Lynn Ford. That's too. Demopolis is too small to be fighting Jamie Lynn Ford.
Hey,
I don't know. Jamie Lynn Horth is kind of big. Like Jamie Lynn Horth is kind of big.
she is.
Kudos to Vanessa Demopoulos for taking the fight, but I don't know if she can. I don't know if she can hang at 25, dude. Like maybe that's what she's trying to make. What if she really trying to move to 25?
Dude, this ain't gonna be the first time she fought JJ Aldridge
Yeah,
at
yeah,
125.
she fought before. Yeah.
She be having rough weight cuts too, though, man. You ever see how she looks?
Who
Like,
Demopoulos?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean maybe she has to move. Maybe she having to move to 25. You know,
But the thing
I
is,
mean
she just
maybe
kind
this is.
of. The thing is, she just kind of lacks like, the height and reach for 125.
Yeah, she got a small build, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
her build is small.
yeah.
She ain't no bigger than Tabitha Ricci.
Um, how Tabitha Ricci looked tiny compared to her. Like,
Really? Let me look it up. I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna look up Vanessa Demopoulos.
all right, because the Demopolis, like on her days like out, she does get kind of thick.
Right.
She does look kind of thick. She is 5'2". Tabitha Ricci's like what 4'8". Let me see.
But Richie,
Tabitha
five
Reese
one.
5'1". Yeah, she's 5'1". And
Okay.
Demopolis is 36 too. So I don't know.
Yeah, she is. Yep.
She shouldn't have any trouble making 115, but I guess she saw that call and she took it. So I would have to go with Jamie Lynn Hort though. I think she's
Yeah,
just
I have to go Jamie Lynn Horse too. To
yeah,
be honest.
just too big. I think, and her striking is good, and I think everything she's got is just going to be um, a little too much for somebody just taking it on short notice. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to go. And Horse is big too, dude. Jamie Lynn Horse is kind of big. You know what I'm saying? So, um, that's probably gonna come into. I mean, let's look at Jamie Lynn Horse's stats. Let's see how tall she is. Let's see.
Oh man, she like 5'8" or 5 something, 5'7".
Let's see. 5'7".
Oh
Like,
yeah,
come on, man. Like that's crazy. 5'7".
yeah.
Ooh, it's about to be Manon. It's about to be the Dollar General version of Manon versus Ricci.
You said the dollar man. Oh man,
Uh,
he said the Dollar General.
this is the Timu version of Manon versus Ricci, but hey, I'm there for it though.
Yeah. Oh man, that was funny. That was funny. Man, I don't know though, man. Like I'm just thinking of so many options for Pena right now, and instead of moving to 120, the only way I'd want to see her to move to 125 is like if I knew she could get like a shot at Valentina again, because that's a rematch that I really want to see. If I knew that she was gonna be game for somehow gear, there's just too much going on, man. Like, Wei Lee's there
Yeah.
now, or not there, but she's wanting to fight. Then Natalia's there, so there's so many flyweights surrounding her. So if she came there, would she be able to shine? I don't think so.
Who, Juliana?
Yeah.
Uh, I think she could, dude. I think that's a good path for her. I do, man. I feel really good about her at 25. I do. I feel really good about Pena at 25. I think she'll be very big and very, very physically imposing at 25, and I think that'll work out for her. She could possibly, get that big fight with Valentina and have a new enemy, have a new set of enemies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, run, bring Valentina back to that fight mentally about whooping a few girls' ass. Bring Valentina back to the memories of you bodying her up in that octagon. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's what I think she should do. Go down to 25, get a couple good wins, and fight for the belt,
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, me
and
personally,
then retire.
yeah, and then retire. Okay. Okay. I think I'd rather see her go out with maybe a couple more fights at bantamweight, just to kind of wrap it up with some wins instead of going out on a loss right now. Like if she was game for a Norma Dumont fight, yeah, that would be fine.
I really
Um,
don't want to see her fight no more of them big girls, dude.
oh
Like,
man, Irene Aldana, they never fought, right?
they never fought.
They never fought. Or or
But
or
Pena, like,
Island
it's
Perez.
satisfying to see. Oh, Alan Perez, yeah, yeah. She never fought Alan. I mean, like I said, man, how Jillian Robertson went down and now she's fighting. She's putting herself in an advantageous position. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could work out the same way for Pena. Like, she could go down instead of having to overcome the size of these girls at 35. Be the bigger woman. You know what I'm saying? Be the physically bigger fighter. You know what I'm saying? To give yourself that advantage. Why not?
Yeah,
Why put yourself at that disadvantage? Valentina said, "Screw that. I'm
yeah,
out." You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it is what it is.
yeah. Valentina, she made the move at the perfect time, man. Like I just,
Right.
yeah, she did. She made the move at the perfect time. I'm not saying
It
that Pena
worked out for
couldn't.
Valentina.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Pena couldn't do it right now. Like if she really came to terms with it and her team was down with it and she was ready to move down, then I mean, it's just all a matter of who she can get, that makes sense to get her close to where she wants to be, because her and Macy Barber got to kind of switch spots, don't they?
I mean,
Like
they could, yeah, they could
Macy
switch spots.
Barber, Macy Barber might need to be going
Yeah,
up to 135 pounds. So maybe they
if
need to.
Valentina can make 25, Pena can make 25.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Are they about the same height?
Let's see.
I don't know though, because Valentina she walks around her weight just about year round. She ain't too far from her weight.
But Pena isn't either, though. That's what's crazy. Juliana Pena isn't far from it either. She cuts like 8 pounds, and she has to lose like 8 pounds to get to 35.
See, that's what I'm
Let me
saying.
see
She
here.
she's more. I'm talking about now. She's closer to flyweight though. That's what I'm saying. Valentina is, but Pena's closer
Let's see.
to
So,
bantamweight still.
um,
Why you looking at
Juliana
that?
Pena is 5'6",
Okay, 5'6". Easy said, how do
and
you feel about lineal
Valentina.
champions? Do you what you mean lineal champion? Like recognized champion? Or you mean like in boxing? Oh, it's kind of annoying because you got to do all that tracing back to who beat who. I don't know, man.
Well,
To
you
me,
gotta explain. You gotta explain to me what that is.
yeah, in boxing, it's like the lineal champion is basically linking you back to the very first champion that almost goes back like a couple of centuries. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like you got to go all the way back to say like the champion from 1930 beat this guy from 45, and then you got to trace the roots to the belt. I think it's all in who you beat. You know, so like Valentina, you know, she's a lineal champion because there ain't no other crap going on. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
only got
Yeah.
one belt and that's it. So she's the recognized flyweight champion. That's just how it should be. Oh, he said
I
Nico
still don't. I guess I
Montano.
still don't get what it means.
Okay. Say if Mike Tyson was a lineal champion, recognized champion of all time, just starting from there, and a guy
Right.
beats. See, there's multiple belts in boxing. That's what makes it confusing. Say if he held a lineal belt because he was a recognized champion. If I was to beat him, I'd become the lineal champion. But if they threw in another belt, that means there's another champion. But he's not really
Okay.
the recognized champion because I'm the lineal champion because I beat Mike Tyson. If that makes sense.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Easy
okay.
E. She beat Yoetta Young J Check.
He said
They
Nico.
fought for the belt.
Hey, look, that we ain't gonna pull no Leno with Nico. Nico, man. We ain't doing that. Somebody time easy out for 86,000 seconds. Oh,
Not
hang on.
Nico Montano.
Hey, here we go. I gotta get some water, but we got the queen of MMA in the building. Tay Tay, what's going on?
Hey guys, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, man.
What's up, Tay Tay? We hear you.
What's good? What's going on, you guys? What's going on, King?
What's going on?
Doing good. Hope you are.
Well, I have my days, but I'm hanging in there. Yesterday was the anniversary of my father passing. It's been a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I came up on my father's wow. Yeah, it's a little over a year and some change now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know how it is.
yeah. But I'm hanging in there just working, chilling, you know. Taking it day
Hey,
by day. How are you fellas doing?
shoot, I'm
Same
chilling
thing,
right
taking it
now.
day by day.
Yeah, I was off today. I know BJ been working hard.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
I'm telling
trying to bring out more, videos for you guys, but it's my schedule.
I got you.
oh
Yeah.
I
yeah,
do the
Tay Tay, I
best
be
I can.
watching your videos.
Yeah, I do too. I'd
Thank
be
you.
like,
Thank you.
I
guys, for
got to
the
hear.
support.
It's good to hear. It's refreshing to hear Tay Tay because I be wondering, man. Sometimes like we just don't have enough women represent WMMA like we should.
Yeah, for
I try,
real.
I try my best. Yeah, you guys are very good.
That's why
I
she.
enjoy
That's
listening
why
to
she's
you
the queen
guys.
of MMA.
Yeah, took that throne. See, hey, look,
That's
easy.
what
She's the lineal champion right here.
he's the lineal champion. Yes,
Oh,
Tay
Hmm.
Tay is the
oh my
queen of
goodness.
MMA.
Oh, that fight was something else with Juliana Pena and Kayla Harrison. I'm glad I changed my pick because Kayla Harrison, man, when she hydrates, she's big, man, and she's big for this weight division. She know what she doing, cause I would think that she would try to fight for a 145 division instead of trying to kill herself to 135 because she's too big for that division. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. She's not gonna last too long in 135 because you gotta remember this is her third weight cut. Like, how much longer can her body can take that?
That's what I was saying. Like, how much longer can she put herself under that? So that stress of cutting that weight down to 35. Her kidneys, like she's losing muscle. She's cutting muscle to get to
Yes.
35.
And you gotta remember something. Remember there was an article by MMA Junkie saying that she said that, she had to take a break because after she fought Ketlin Vera, like her body was just worn out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
I
Like,
see what we see what y'all doing now. Y'all trying to make me feel bad for it now, so I can say let's do this at 145.
no, I mean, Combo, I'm not a fan of hers, but I mean, it's just kind of messed up what she's doing to her body. I mean, she's not a legit bantamweight. She
She's
is
not.
like a lightweight at 155. I'm telling you, like, she's not gonna last. Like, we all know that Amanda Nunes is gonna beat her ass, but even when if she loses the title or whatever, she's not gonna last at 135. That's too much. Now y'all
yeah.
understand
That's her biggest
why.
battle.
Now y'all understand why Chris Cyborg didn't want to continue to fight at 140.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of like these two. They are just like with Kayla, especially is just like all muscle too. So when she first came over, that's the thing I was like asking myself, like, is this really what she wants to do? Because there ain't no featherweight division to claim right now, so is it really going to be worth doing this 3-4 times? Because all it takes is two good times and boom, your body's shutting down on you. Because that was the Ketlin fight where she went to the ER, right?
I believe so
Yes,
because it's an article because
yes,
I think I posted on my community post that
Hmm.
yes, she had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, she was like peeing blood and all of that, so yeah, like that was serious. And you know you doing this for the Pena fight, and then when she hit the scales, I was like, man, like when I saw her face, I was
yeah.
like,
I was at work, dude. I
woo.
was at work when I saw it.
Hmm. And I saw it, I was like, I thought when I saw that, I was like, okay, maybe Pena might have an advantage here. But as time went on, and I just saw her kind of balloon back up, I was like, oh no, like she'll probably be all right this time around. But I think she knows now. I think she's kind of figuring things out. But Tay Tay, what do you think? Like, even if she goes up to 145, will that be an advantage against Amanda?
Um, I don't think so because I really feel that Amanda is more skillful than Kayla, even at 145. And then you got to remember, Amanda fought at 145 a long time ago. You know, she fought Chris Cyborg at 145 pounds. So Amanda is, she's been fighting like that for years. So, and with Amanda, she's not only well rounded, is a she is a complete fighter. So, I feel that yeah, Kayla would have their weight advantage, but Amanda, she's more skillful than Kayla, and I feel that I mean, if she was to clip Amanda, Amanda would would startle, but I just really feel that Amanda is just too skillful for Kayla.
Mm-hmm.
She's very Amanda fights very cerebral too. Like she's very smart.
Hmm. She's very smart. She's very smart, and with Amanda's skills, I mean, she knocked out Chris Cyborg, she knocked out Ronda Rousey. You saw what she did to Misha Tate, and she has the best resume in the UFC. I'm not really a fan of Amanda, but I can't deny her of her being the GOAT. So no, I mean, this is with Kayla. Even at 145, I got Amanda. Amanda's too smart.
Yeah, if anything, I think Amanda would probably be smiling at 145 too, because she'd be like, okay, I ain't got to do 140, 135. So, I mean, we all know Amanda's power carries. So the question is, does Kayla want to feel that power, or does she want to go through that horrible weight
Mhm.
cut?
And
So
and another thing too, I don't think that it would be hard for a because like like you said, and like what Coach Sheldon Harrison said, and I'll say the same thing. Amanda fought at bantamweight. She fought at 145, so it would not
mhm.
be a problem. The question is with Kayla,
Yeah,
even at 145. I mean, it just with Amanda, I feel she would have the advantage.
yeah. Uh, and I was looking at Amanda, leading up to this, not just this fight, but whenever it was like a couple months ago when she was posting stuff, like Amanda looked like she been trimming down already, like since um when did she start posting like little videos about coming back? I want to say like back in November. Like she was already wearing like UFC gear and just showing off like how she looked. I was like, okay, like Amanda's not looking like somebody that's retired right now. She was looking pretty trim. Like she was already in that fight camp again. You know what I mean? So maybe she has already been living that lifestyle too to get close to bantamweight. So I think she already knows the ins and outs of her body. And with Amanda's build, yeah, Amanda can get up there too, but she's not losing like as much muscle as Kayla is. So that's another thing that I think is a big benefit either way. I think Amanda can go either way in this one, 135 or 145.
I agree because Amanda has fought at this weight for too long and even had featherweight. So I feel like still in all, Amanda would have an advantage, even though Kayla to me is the bigger fighter, but she's not the more skillful fighter than Amanda. She's not.
Yeah. No, she's not. Oh man, like so if you had your choice, would you want to see this fight at 135 or 145?
It doesn't matter. I well really I would want to see that 145, but either way, whether it's at 145 or 135, I still got Amanda, so it really doesn't matter.
Okay. Now let me ask you about Pena. Pena, I know BJ was bringing that up about flyweight. What do you think about Pena? Like, can she hang in this division any longer, or you think she has a chance at 125?
Um, I I can't see Pena going down to 125. I mean, I feel like she's a legit bantamweight, but one thing I do respect about Pena, like she does not care whether you are a complete fighter or one dimensional. Like Pena got so much heart. Like she's not afraid to go into deep waters. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you where you went. I
Oh,
had you
I
at
don't know.
okay. I had you at deep waters. Were you?
Yeah, deep waters. And but with Pena, she can get reckless.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing about her is that you can't allow her to, you know, you can't allow her to pressure you because she's not going to give you any time to reset. Like she's always in your face. But I don't think it's over for Pena, but I don't know. She says something about whoever's the winner of Kayla Harrison and I don't want to see her get another title shot. I feel that she does not deserve another title shot. I feel that she should go back at the end of the line, really, because she was saying like, "Oh, I got dibs on whoever wins." No, honey, no, you lost your chance of getting a title shot. No, I don't want to see Pena getting another title shot. No, but
Nah, I don't either. When I saw her post that, I was
but
like,
I
"Oh,
was like, "What
girl."
the hell is she talking about?" I'm like, "No, you lost. Like you didn't even defend the. I mean, you lost. You lost your first title defense. Defense. Like no. Like I feel the person that it should be next for the belt is Norma Devine.
Yeah,
I don't want to see, as Coach could say, a triangle theory. I want to see some new blood fight for that belt. We need some fresh meat.
yeah. What do you
Like
think about like overall? Like, I know everybody feels like there's gonna be a big fight with Amanda and Kayla, but like, what do you think as far as Amanda coming back and saying she wants to stay now? Like, do you think that's good for the division or not?
um in a way, I felt that Amanda didn't need to come back at all because she really has nothing more to prove. I mean, she proven that she's the best. Um, her resume is definitely legit. Her
Uh oh.
legacy is
What happened?
there. Can you hear me? Hello?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Oh, was that
Oh,
you, BJ? Oh,
oh.
I thought I heard somebody else come in there for a second. Oh, okay. What were you saying, Tay?
I feel that, Amanda has nothing more to prove. I mean, I know that Kayla Harrison there is there, but I feel that she has nothing more to prove because I mean she's the first female to ever win two champions in two different weight classes. I mean she knocked out Chris Cyborg, she retired Ronda Rousey, she beat Misha Tate. I mean she has a lot of names on her resume, so I mean for her to come back, I mean it's cool, but I really feel that Amanda, she did her time in the UFC. She has nothing more to prove. But I mean, that's on her. If she feels that she's not done, then that's on her. But I feel that she has no reason to come back. She has nothing more to prove.
Yeah, I think she's kind of probably seeing what Valentina just did, but the
I
thing
was just
is,
about to say that.
yeah, but the thing is, Valentina ain't retired. You know,
No.
Valentina may have lost, but she got the belt back and defended it because she stayed here. You know, she didn't leave 2 years,
Hmm.
so I think she's probably seeing that, and she's probably like, oh, you know what, I can do that too. But I, 2 years off makes a difference, no matter what you say.
That's true.
Yeah, it's gonna make a difference. I think she still has what it takes to beat Kayla, but when you leave for 2 years, that's still, I don't know. It doesn't.
That ring rust, it could
Yeah,
play a
yeah,
part.
yeah.
You know.
It's going to play a rut. Cage rust is going to play a part. It's going to play a part
Hmm.
in there. And when she stayed gone like for that long, I was already looking at other girls like in like Norma and
Mm-hmm.
Cavalcanti. I was looking at these other girls. I was like, they deserve a chance now. So
Hmm.
you leave for 2 years and they say, oh, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do this and that. I was like, all right, but what about Norma? What about these other girls? Like, you gonna just take their shots like that? I don't know.
And here's the thing, Combo. Amanda, she cleaned out her division, and that's the thing I want to talk about. You beat mostly every girl in 135. You cleaned out your division. You're a double champion. You defended the belt. Was it twice she defended the belt at 145? I feel that she has nothing more to prove. Like your legacy is already stamped.
Yeah, she ended it on a good fight too against Aldana.
Hmm.
And then she
She
was
beat
like,
Adana up.
Yeah, she beat
She
out
beat
Donna.
out Donna Hub, boy.
You ain't lying, boy. That was ugly.
Yeah, and to me, that was a perfect way to go out. Like, just say, okay, there's nobody else for me. But now she want to come back and act like there's so much new blood. I mean, just be honest and say, hey, let me fight Kayla one time and I'll be gone. Just entertain that. I think it all depends on how tough the fight is too, though. You know.
Mm. But I really feel that, even though Kayla Harrison, she was well rounded with Larissa Pacheco, you gotta remember that was at 155. I don't trust Kayla to be well rounded at 135. There's a big difference. Okay, at 155, yeah, but at 135, nah. She's not gonna make it. She's not gonna make it. At this weight class, no. 135, absolutely not.
Ooh, the Queen said not at all.
No. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, with those weight cuts like that, and this chick has got to be walking around at 195, about 185.
195. Oh,
I don't know, maybe like close to 180 or something like that. She's big. I mean, look at the picture. Like, you see Kayla Harrison against Juliana Pena. Nah,
yeah.
she's huge. She's huge. I mean, you would think she looked like Gabby Garcia in this picture. It's huge. That's like Gabby Garcia going down to 135. Can you imagine?
Right, right.
My God.
Well, listen, Combo, Tay Tay, I gotta get off of here. Yeah, yeah, I'm sleepy as all I can be. Y'all ain't about to have me on here all night talking about Gabby Garcia and shit.
Mm.
No,
But I'm just saying
I'm
she
just
got
saying.
to be at least a good 180 or 170, 178. But she's big. That's too
I think
much
she's
weight.
kissed. I think she's kissed back in her PFL days. I think she definitely kissed 180 because she knew
Yes.
all she had to get down to was 65. So back in her PFL days for sure. Probably now she's staying a little bit more trim because she knows she's got to cut to 35. So she's probably hovering around 150, 60, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But she's still big. Like her body wants to be big. You know, it just is what it is. Like her
That's too
body
much.
wants to be big.
That's too much. And with your kidneys and everything, and then she's saying that she was peeing blood. That, I'm telling you, like I said, I'm not a fan of hers, but that is not good to put your body through so much. Not for 135. No. This girl ain't gonna make it. I'm telling you, she's not gonna make it. Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm back. I had to grab me some water.
No, she's not gonna make it. I'm telling you.
Who's that, Caleb?
Yeah, not at
Oh, I
135.
guess they can't hear me.
That's too much of a strain on your body, your kidneys, everything. And I work
Can
at
y'all
the
hear me?
hospital. Oh, I can
Yeah.
hear you.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Combo, I'm about to jump off here, bro. Yes, sir. So yeah, man. So we 8 weeks in, like I was saying, man, and lot to come. We talked about a lot to come with these two. I'm gonna let you and Tay Tay go ahead and cap this thing off, man. I'll let you next time.
Okay. Yeah, man. We'll be back on the next one. See y'all
Yes,
together
sir.
again in
Yes,
what,
sir.
2 weeks? Yeah.
Peace,
2 weeks,
King.
yes, sir. I will be live tomorrow night though.
Okay. All right. I'll make sure I'll be
Yeah.
tuned in. I'll be working, but I'll be listening, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tay Tay, it's good to talk to you.
Oh, it's so good to talk to you, King.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
All
Later.
right, all right. Yeah, I mean, mm-mm. No, that's too much of a strain on your body. I mean, I looked at Chris Cyborg, how when she first was going to the UFC, and Dana White wanted her to fight at a catch weight at 140. I mean, it was just a toll on Chris Cyborg, because Chris Cyborg is, no, that's
Yeah.
too much.
That's too much on their bodies, man. So it's like when I see somebody like Kayla doing that, it's like why, like why do that? Like, is it really worth that strap? Is it really gonna be worth that strap? Because when I saw like that documentary, with Chris Cyborg, killing herself, and Kayla being this massive, it's like I just don't get it. Like, but if they can work something out and they do 145, I'll be fine with that. I know I'm sounding harsh because I want to do see 135. I want to see her stay consistent, but um, if she can't do it, then I mean 145 would be next best.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think about Wayne Combs' performance? What do you think's next for her?
Hmm. I'm glad she beat up. What's her name? Didn't she miss weight? Oh my
You
God.
said-
Lord
yes,
have mercy.
yeah, she had some stuff going on. She had some stuff going on though.
What is going on with people missing weight?
Man, like I don't know. I think it's a lot of behind the scenes things where they just like some of them have illnesses and they're not really being straight up with what's going on. Like, she had a situation with like a tumor, a benign tumor. And
Yeah.
yeah, her husband slash trainer, he was saying that the nutritionist tried to put her under like a plan, but he kind of pinned some of the blame on him too. But uh,
Yeah.
I thought Wang Kong for the most part did what she was supposed to do though. I wanted to see her stop her, but
I
like
want to see her
where do you see
work
her
on her
fitting?
ground game, man. She need to
Yeah.
work more on her ground game. She did
Hmm.
good, but she need to, get her ground game together. Cause at the end of the day, it's MMA. You can't just rely on your striking.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to see her fight and somebody that's going to try to take her down. I really do. Like I've been saying, like I want to see her in there with somebody that wrestles, but they like to match her up with strikers because they want to see some knockouts with her.
Right, right, right. But yeah, she definitely need to be working on her, her wrestling and her BJJ. Definitely need to, because you never know when somebody gonna find an opening and take you down. Because it's people think with MMA is it's a mixture of everything. It's not just striking. It's everything. You gotta know everything.
Hmm.
That's why it's called MMA for a
Yep.
reason.
Right. And they're going to realize that too because I think they're still trying to sell the Valentina story with Wayne Kong, but my thing is, that was kickboxing. That
Yeah.
was kickboxing. That was years ago too. That was years ago in kickboxing. So
Hmm.
they ever think like a Valentina Wang Kong fight is going to be one sided, they're going to be mistaken.
MMA is different because Valentina is, she's a complete fighter. I mean, she has taekwondo, she has judo. She's a master of sports. If you look up, her resume says a master of sports, and she's a master of chess. Can't play
Right.
chess with her.
Right. Yeah.
She's like the Devin Haney of boxing. She's a master class fighter.
Hmm. Yeah. She's always like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to, you can't come in trying to match her. Like, any of the girls that come up try to fight her, they can't try to match her skill for skill. They have to come in with their game tight, to where they can maybe expose a weakness or two, but you ain't gonna beat her. You're not gonna beat Valentina skill for skill. Like you can't match her in certain things. And that's what I was saying about Manon like last month was it's a mistake to go in there and try to strike counter strike with a striker. It's not gonna work.
I agree. No, you can't sit up there and she's so good at countering. And one thing about with Valentina, like, you can't let her counter you. Like, you can't wait for her to do something. You're gonna have to. I'm not saying to go and then go berserk on Valentina, but you can't wait for her to do something, because she doesn't like to lead. She wants you to lead.
Yeah, that's why I
Like,
said,
don't give her an opportunity to counter you.
yeah, like yeah, that was like the biggest mistake like every fighter's made is like fighting behind her. Like, no, you got to go in there and pressure her. Don't give her any respect. But it's one thing to say it, and it's one thing to be in there and do it. I think when they get a taste of that speed sometimes and how quick she is, it kind of puts you in a different mind frame. Like the way
Right,
that
right.
that jab comes, it's like whoa. That's from my perspective. So I know from their perspective, it's like what hit me. So yeah.
I mean, what do you think is next for the Bullet? Do you think Aaron Blanchfield is next, or um what is really next for the Bullet?
I think I would like
Super
to
fight
see it.
with Wang, with Whaley.
Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna do next. Like I want to see her fighting Natalia Silva, but
Mhm.
I think that they're gonna do the Whaley fight, and I mean if that gives a main event for the fans, I mean that's cool with me at this
Right,
point.
right,
So if they want to do it, I think now is the time to go ahead and do it because they're both in their prime still,
correct.
and I think it's a fight that I think WMA needs now, especially after that Barber Blanchfield debacle. So
Oh
I
my
think, yeah,
God, for real.
right,
Lord have mercy.
yeah. So with that going down or not going down, we need a real fight to happen. So yeah, I could take it. Yeah, yeah,
I mean, cause what is really next for Whaley Zhang? I mean, I know Vernell, Verna, she wants a shot at the title, but I mean, can you really see? I mean, that is just one sided to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't give her a chance to win. I mean, anything can happen, but Whaley, nah, Whaley is just too skillful, man.
yeah. It'll be a good title defense. I think that Verna's earned it, but I think the way everything's aligning right now, it would be kind of a miss financially and just for like fans to miss out on a potential fight with Whaley and Valentina. Now, I think we're
Yeah,
really,
because I mean,
yeah.
strawweight is really not popping like the flyweight.
No, it's not right now. It's trying to come back. It's got some good girls going to come up, but yeah, it's not prime like it was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Right, right, right. And I really feel that Rose is the only one that really has Whaley's, number. Like, for me, is Rose, because Rose defeated her twice.
Easy E said Whaley's a good grappler. He said it doesn't mean she's better at BJJ. Verna's the truth at BJJ.
I mean, no, Vern, she has definitely, a good ground game. And one thing I noticed about Whaley, she doesn't fight that good off her back. So if Verna can get Whaley on her back, it might be a problem. But I just don't see the fight going that way. I'm not taking anything from Verna, but and her striking is not that good to me. But I've noticed that Whaley has trouble fighting off her back. I've seen that when she fought Rose.
Hmm.
I've seen that.
Oh yeah, that second fight she was struggling on there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, that's one thing I was worried about, like when she was fighting, Tatiana Suarez. If Tatiana Suarez got Whaley on her back, like it could be problems.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I think Verna, yeah, is dangerous on the ground, robot, but I think there's a combination of strength and wrestling with Whaley that kind of
Hmm.
neutralizes. Um, Now I remember Lamos did try to get her in a guillotine at one point too. So
Hmm.
I remember that. So I know that Verna's always going to be fishing for a sub, but if Whaley's got good top control and she's got some good hammer fist coming down and she stays busy, that can disrupt a lot for Verna, you know. But yeah, I mean, Verna's she be fishing for them subs. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, she's very quick at it.
yeah,
She's a good submission artist. She definitely is. And Whaley would have to be careful, but I feel as skill wise, I would have to go with Whaley.
yeah, yeah. I think I've counted out Whaley a couple times, and a couple times I counted out because of her defense, and she was able to come back. Then I counted her out a couple times because of yes, some of her mistakes on the ground, but she every time she's come back, she's come back stronger. So I think for me, safe bet would be to pick Whaley, somebody that has been like completing each level as a mixed martial artist, you know?
Right. And her wrestling has gotten better, Whaley, because
Yeah.
she's been training with Henry Cejudo, so it's gotten better. But I
Yeah.
mean,
Hmm.
if somebody was to get Whaley on her back, I see her struggling for real. Like I've seen it when she fought Rose.
That's kind of what I thought Suarez would have done. Like had Suarez been able to maybe match her with speed a little bit and get in there somehow. But even then, like Suarez, when she got her to the ground, like Suarez, Whaley kind of like showed some different levels on the ground there. She kind of she kind of picked some
Hmm.
different level. She showed it like a different level how she was. I saw like Suarez's face, like when Suarez is on top in that first round. Suarez is really struggling to keep Whaley down that time. So I think Whaley has kind of gotten better since the Rose fight. But yeah, outside of Valentina, I don't really see anybody that would be able to like keep her on the back.
And then, I saw in that fight, Suarez, she got so desperate because
Hmm.
she just was just trying to get Whaley on that ground because, her stand up is really it's not there. But and then we saw that, Suarez, she's never been 5 rounds. So it all that trying to get Whaley on the ground. You know how grapplers are that when they try to get fighters on the ground, they waste too much energy trying to do that. A
Yeah,
lot of energy.
yeah, especially when the fighters got takedown defense, they be getting worn out.
Like you could see that she just got desperate, and I was looking at that fight. I was like, yeah, this is over.
Right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I picked Whaley to win the fight, but I knew in a way that it could possibly be dangerous because Tatiana Suarez, she's one of the best wrestlers in that division. So that was like to me a dangerous fight for Whaley, but I knew Whaley was gonna win. But to me, it was dangerous, like for Whaley.
Yeah. So
But
speaking of Rose though, with this fight coming up this weekend against Miranda Maverick, do you see how do you see Rose doing against up and comer like Miranda?
I mean, I'm surprised that they actually gave her Rose. I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting that. Like, no disrespect to Maverick. I was like, wow, she actually getting Rose. And then see Rose, man, it's like we don't know what version we gonna get at Rose, because Rose, she goes through things. And I feel like with Rose, she's got boxing, she has taekwondo, and people don't seem to understand. Rose has a fantastic submission game, and she's so flexible on the ground. Like it's really hard to keep her down there, and she has a way of reverses the submission. But I mean, Rose at 125, she looks good, but like when I watched her fight Aaron Blanchfield, I'm like, what's going on with Rose? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I knew going into that one, I just could not pick Rose. I just thought that, Aaron is just on a different path, and
mm-hmm.
Rose has got a lot of technique. Like Rose really she's really talented, but
She's light
sometimes
on her feet, very light on her feet.
yeah, really good footwork and everything, but I just think that sometimes she's there, sometimes she's not.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like when
Hmm.
she fought Carlos Plaza, like it's like you don't know what version you gonna get at Rose. Like you said, sometimes Rose is in the fight, sometimes Rose ain't there.
Yeah. See,
And
I
I was
think
looking at that fight, I'm like, Rose, what's going on here?
I think yeah, Easy said Rose is low key, just going through the motions. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think so. I think she kind of is. I think she kind of is going through the motions. Um, Robot said to be. Oh, he talking about James spamming or something. Oh boy, y'all wild. Y'all must timed him out, huh? I ain't even know. Mike Lee said Rose seemed off in La La Land today in an interview. I have to watch that interview, Mike. I was gonna watch it earlier, but I had stuff going on. But I'll watch it.
And then I don't know, Combo, because it's what's going on with her and Trevor Whitman. I mean, she's not with him anymore,
No, I don't know
and
why,
that's
but yeah,
another thing.
yeah, yeah.
Could it be because of that?
I believe so. I think even Coach says the same thing because I think when it comes down to like striking game plans, he was really, to me, he was like a big part of helping her execute some of the things that she was able to do.
Right.
And I don't know now, like with her new team with Pat Barry and so on, I don't know if he's more like an influence on her game plan. Because to me,
Oh God, I don't know about Pat. I mean, I know that's her husband and everything, but Pat,
yeah,
oh Lord Jesus.
yeah, like I don't know if he has too much of his hands in there. Because my thing is, if she did learn something from Trevor Whitman, she should be able to carry that in her fight herself. But
True, true.
maybe he's gotten her doing other things. I don't know. Maybe he's
Oh
giving
my
her. I
God,
don't know. But it's showing. It's showing in fights. So it's
you
not.
ain't lying, because I'm like, what the
Yeah,
hell is this?
yeah, he did that easy. He got her to the title, but did we defend? Did they defend it though? Because everybody knows once you get the title, it's a little harder when you defend it.
Mm-hmm.
Because how many times has the strawweight title been defended before Wei Lee got it again? Let's see, just one time. Every champ that got it just defended one time.
That's true, and the only champ I know that defended it so many times was Joanna.
Joanna, yep,
That's it.
that's it.
That's it. We all saw what happened with Jessica. Oh Lord,
Yep,
that's another one. I don't know how Jessica could stay in the UFC. Oh my gosh.
yep. And now just recently, Wei Lee getting some title defenses, but yeah, it's been like it's been like one of them things where everybody, they get it, but they just can't keep it. So,
Right, right.
but
Yeah.
Tay Tay, it's been good having you on.
Oh, thank you so much, King. It's been a pleasure.
Oh yeah, definitely come back through. If y'all haven't subscribed to Tay Tay, make sure you subscribe to Tay Tay because she's the real queen of MMA and combat talk. And like I said, we need more knowledgeable women speaking
Hmm.
about women's mixed martial arts. Like I said, there ain't that many. There's not that many.
No,
There's not that many. That's
that's why I call myself the queen of MMA because
queen. Yep.
one queen.
She took. Yeah. She
Like
took
I
that
don't
seat.
mind other women speaking it, but y'all know who did it first.
Hey, yeah. Hey, if they ask me, I'll tell them. If they ask me, I'm gonna tell them.
It's always a pleasure, King. Thank you so much. I love your channel so much. I
Hey,
mean,
likewise,
I
likewise.
love it. Oh, you speak that good MMA. Like, definitely people subscribe to Combo Breaker 99. He is the best.
But hey, look, we are the only ones out here promoting the women like that. So, hey, anything that helps, I'll come through and talk.
No doubt. Thank you so much, King, for having me on here. Thank you so much. Have
Thank
a good
you.
night.
You too. All right.
Oh,
Catch you later.
all right. All right. Bye bye.
All right. That is the queen of MMA, Tay Tay. Good to finally get her on. Always a pleasure. I always like hearing her insight too, because like I said, she's always giving honest opinions. Never lets the fan in her mess up her pick. So yeah. Yeah, good show. Yeah, definitely good show at Tay Tay coming through. And shout out to BJ. I know he had to go. I know he got to work. I know he's probably getting that grub in. I know he had to get that food in before he gets too late. So let me get ready to close this thing down. Another good show. Another good show. It's been about 8 episodes, making that 16 weeks. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. I know some of y'all been acting up when I went back and looked. Y'all over your time and what's going on in there, man? Axel said, agree, Colin. We need more women in MMA. Yeah, you don't have too many. You don't have too many. You got Megan Anderson. She does talk, commentate for Invicta FC, but outside of that, not really. Appreciate that, G Frank. And Mike Lee said, thanks, Tay Tay. And thank you again, Tay Tay. Y'all been wilding out. Let me go back up here. Timing. Y'all to remove some comments. Y'all timing him out again. Is he acting up? See, we just over here common conversation. I be missing stuff sometimes. I mean, truthfully, he go in like that. I just be over here. I just be talking. Me and BJ just be talking. I'm sorry. Because that's what we came on here to do. That's on y'all to monitor the chat. So that's why y'all have some wrenches. So y'all do the monitoring. And yeah, that's how that works. But yeah, hopefully this weekend we'll deliver. Oh yeah, Joaquin Buckley and Usman, right? I'm gonna go with Buckley. I'm gonna go with Buckley, man. I'm gonna go with Buckley in the main event. What about y'all? Before I bounce, what do y'all think? Y'all got Buckley or you got Usman or Buckley in this one? What y'all think? UFC Fight Nights. See the card starts at 7 p.m. Jamie Lynn Horth, Vanessa Demopoulos opens. Michael Chase is on the prelims. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. Paul Craig. There's like 7 fights on the prelims. 3, 6 on the main card. Rose and Miranda is the co-main event. All right. Robot said Buckley, 3rd round TKO. Yeah, I'm going to go with Buckley. G. Frank said, going Usman. He said we just got to put him in timeouts. Yeah. Sometimes you got to, right? I mean, even in timeout, he probably still out chatted some people with all them comments that just be popping up, right? Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's about it for WMMA. They're just those 2 fights. I think the next weekend there's like 1 fight. No, there's a couple fights, a couple of bantamweight fights. Oh yeah, Jamal Hill and Khalil Roundtree. That's an early card. Starts at 12 noon. Dang. Excellent, G Frank. Okay, got Buckley. All right. Yeah, man. As I get closer, man, here, I don't know, man. Oh wow. I barely looked, but yeah, I did look today. I said, okay, channel for WMMA is almost at 4,000 now. Let's see if we can get to 4,000 by the end of the week. I know it's going to take a while. It takes a while. Already at 3.999 thousand. That's crazy. I appreciate that. Yeah, let's see if we get to 4,000 by the end of the week. 4,000 subs by the end of the week. That tells me it got more WMMA fans, huh? More WMMA fans coming in. Let's see if I get back to 4,000. If I get to 4,000, see, maybe I'll start back doing an interview or two. Maybe. Still no promises. If we get to 4K by the end of the week, maybe. If I did get to 4K, who would you want to see me interview? Easy says because we have sense over here. And that's all I ask, man. Like, I wouldn't want to have the channel any other way. I just like talking to people that like the sport and have sense and don't act like a dummy. Everybody has their favorite fighters. Everybody talks their crap every now and then, but for the most part, everybody's got a pretty good sense of sense. Everybody has a good sense of sense. Robot said, "What I don't understand, he's cool. He takes a link. However, he says he's just messing around in chat, even though it's just typing his thoughts." Oh, who you talking about, James? Oh boy. Oh boy. Mike said, "Love to see an interview with Pena if possible." Yeah, that'd be a good interview. Yeah, yeah. Easy said, "Interview Silva." Who? Kareem Silva? Shoot. Nah, I know what you mean. Natalia Silva. Oh, you know I need a translator for sure. Because that interview would not be smooth with just English right there. Interview Silva. Oh, that would be good. Oh man. Robot said he just needs to calm down. Well, that's an understatement. Axel said, "See you guys. I am gonna now listen to my soccer podcast." All right. Well, I will catch you later. It's about 10 o'clock where I am. So I'm gonna go sit back and wind it down. Yeah, we all need to learn Portuguese, Mike. Yeah, I'm glad Silva's been talking a lot of junk. I'm glad she's talking a little junk. Yeah, I'm glad she's talking a little junk now. And it's like tasteful junk because she's just spitting. And the thing is, it ain't even like she's talking junk, man. She's just talking facts. That's what makes it a little bit crazy. Robot says salute. Can't wait for the next live. Oh yeah, probably be back live Friday in like 3 or 4 days. But I believe there is a difference, Mike, because when you say Spanish to some people, they say no, I'm speaking Portuguese. Or if you ask some people, they'll say, nah, she's not speaking Spanish, she's speaking Portuguese. Like I looked it up, like the difference, but there is a difference. Because everybody in Brazil wants you to know they're speaking Portuguese and not Spanish. Let me see. Yeah, something about the vowels. Something about the way the vowels are. Some people say. Okay. Yeah, Invicta's been good lately. Invicta has been good. There was that one card that had a bunch of stoppages. I gotta still go back and watch that. I might be live for the fights this weekend. Pretty good chance. Let me see. Yeah, there's a pretty good chance I will. Yeah, there's a pretty good chance. waiting for the next Invicta card though. Yeah, maybe I'll get some Invicta girl. Yeah, coach were talking about that in his live the other day. About some fighters, not really appreciating, not really using the platforms on YouTube as well. It's like, hey, that's what it's there for. Like, I had people tell me that. Well, I had people thank me because I introduced them to fighters. You know what I mean? So that should make the fighters say, oh, well, YouTube is probably a good way to be heard. Because I had some people say, oh yeah, I haven't heard of so and so. I haven't heard of so and so till you talked about them. So surprised Invictus keeping the lights on these days. Yeah, a couple of the cards have been really good. And I guess they got a home at CBS now, so that helps. I mean, to me, I prefer it had been on the YouTube channel because I don't have CBS. I wish they would have just put it on like Prime, like One FC or something. But let's see. It's a blend of French and Spanish, yeah. So somebody from Mexico would have language issues in Brazil. They might, right? For the most part, I mean, they probably would catch on faster than us, though, right? Yeah, I like it, Victor. Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, it's better on YouTube because they went from UFC Fight Pass to that. They went from UFC Fight Pass to something called X to Paramount. I think that was on Paramount Plus. Till they went to CBS, so they went like 4 different places. I prefer if they went back to like UFC Fight Pass. No, not X. It was this channel. Not X, not that X channel, but it's just called like AXS or something like that. But either way, yeah, it wasn't good for it. What was X TV or something like that? Because I had signed up for like a free thing so I could check it out. It was like a cable channel, but it wasn't popping like that. Yeah, because Prime is where I watch BKFC now and One FC and all of that. So they probably should have went there. Even like boxing's over there now, PBS, PBC, whatever it's called. Yeah. I don't know when the UFC expires at ESPN, it needs to go over to Prime. I don't even have Netflix, so I ain't had Netflix in a long time. So I really hope it doesn't go there. All right, y'all. But on that note, I am getting up out of here now. So yeah, another great show, great WMMA mashup. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the like, and subscribe to BJ at No Filter MMA. Catch him on tomorrow. I don't know what time. He didn't put a time out there. Maybe he'll let y'all know tomorrow. Let's just say around 7. I'll ask him. Maybe we'll shoot for like around 7:30. He'll be on. But yeah, on that, I am out, y'all. Peace.